the feelings end up wasted. So I'm sorry. I am so sorry. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Marcus Summers, Major Analytics, twitch.tv/Major Analytics, and it's time once again for another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for March 20th, 2025. Of course, I'm joined this week and every week by Kevin Kev. It's your boy Kev in the... This is the pyrotechnics. Building. Boom.
Boom. What's good, everybody?
That's what I want now. I just not physically in the room, but it's like, I guess like a layer on OBS that just runs pyrotechnics on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want now.
Like, do yourself a favor on the low. Look up Dave Bautista's WWE entrance. It's fucking man. It's definitely.
I mean, I feel like all of them. All of them. I just want all of them.
Oh, they're all cool, but his was something like, yeah, because he would go like, and you could just see the pyrotechnics like go along with it. I was like, okay, that's weird. Yeah, they were really glad when he retired because they were like, damn, I didn't want to do that again.
I'm not a fan of wrestling, but look, I will say that, hey, the pyrotechnics, I do love fire.
Yeah.
It's so cleansing. Do not worry, your pretty little head. Sin is running a tad bit late. They will be joining us in Medea's res, as they say. But yeah, we've got some stuff to talk about this week. I almost thought that it was, sorry, I was checking my watch here. I almost thought that this week was going to be light, but boy, stuff came out in the back half. Let's see, this week we've got more Tesla recalls. Microsoft did you a favor and uninstalled Copilot after putting it on your Xbox. It's like, oh, we saw you, we put Copilot here, so we figured you didn't want it on your PC. Don't mind us. We're just gonna take that off.
Get that shit off.
Discord is definitely shitifying itself way before IPO.
Mm-hmm.
And the Street Fighter Pro says no to the Saudis. All that and much more on this week's episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. Let's get into it. And also, welcome Roy. How you doing, bud? Of course, we're going to start off this week talking about some end-to-end encrypted RCS messages for the iPhone and Android are coming. So right now, as it stands, RCS is not end-to-end encrypted. Granted, RCS is better than SMS text messages, which, was that one big thing, Apple and Google had to kind of get over with iPhone and Android, that whole big shit with the green bubbles and whatever the fuck is going on. RCS was that next evolution of that. However, RCS still was not good, was still not better than iMessages because of the fact that the messages were still being sent unencrypted. You could do a whole bunch of cool shit with them, but they were still wildly readable in plain text. Yeah. However, the GSM Association met last week and have announced that end-to-end encryption is coming to RCS. This will bring RCS closer to iMessage standards, which means that, hey, now when you text your friends over on Android, when Android folks text their friends over on iPhone, the messages should be able to go back and forth end-to-end encrypted, but that also depends on whether or not all of these devices have been updated. That means that there are going to be more iPhone users who are going to have that update than Android users. So while this is a step in the right direction, because of the fact that there is still some OS fragmentation on the Android side of things, and it largely on Android than it is on iPhone. And this is not any shade, but like just a statement of fact that, again, while it's good, this is a good step. It still requires a lot of people to have updated devices to be able to do this. Actually, no. Hold on. All right, so I don't know. Actually, yeah, I might be talking out of turn. Let's see. RCS Universal Profile 3.0, including end-to-end encryption, was only just released today. This was March 14th. So it's not clear exactly when the support will ship to customers. Apple said it helped lead a cross-industry effort to bring end-to-end encryption to RCS Universal Profile. So I don't know how Android gets this. I imagine this will probably come in an iOS update when it gets deployed officially. I don't know how Android would get it. If it'll come, it may not even come in a system update like a Android 15 point blah blah blah, but it might come in like a Android services update, like the real meat and potatoes update that goes to Android that isn't a part of the OS like Apple tends to ship theirs. So it may not be as bad as I initially said, which again, I will eat crow, admit I am wrong. I would love to be wrong. I hope I am wrong. That way it's not like a whole bunch of iPhone users have it, but it's still unencrypted because Android doesn't have it. But the fact that it's some low-level system update that just gets sent out to all Android phones, regardless of operating system they're using, regardless of what carrier, regardless of what manufacturer made the phone, it's just a part of the Android system that gets sent through like Google Play services. Actually, I think the update is Google Play services, which updates a lot of the back end stuff on an Android device. I hope this is what this is, which means a lot more people will have access to this profile, this standard, and be able to send end-to-end encrypted messages back and forth. However, all that to say, if you are trying to send encrypted messages between your friends, please download apps like Signal. Actually, just download Signal. You can just avoid all of this. Just use Signal. I'm not as concerned with, like I would say, get your friends, your family on Signal. I'm not as concerned because, like I said, I mean, I text most of the people I want to text that I need to keep private communications with on Signal, and everybody else, they're on an iPhone. I do have Android friends. Please don't get it twisted. I do have Android friends, but like Kev, I mainly contact them through Discord. I'm not holding secret convos with them. There might be a day. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But today ain't that day. And for other Android users that I do talk to on a regular basis, it's either through Discord, where it's not like secret conversations, I'm sorry, not secret, but private conversations. And if it is a private conversation, it's being had through Signal. I don't even, like, the only time I send SMS text messages to anybody, it's the people who are trying to scam me into these work from home jobs or trying to pig butcher me. But yeah, I don't think I really SMS or RCS text message anybody. I do have a friend who I occasionally text. But yeah. I don't even know what Pulse is. And no, you shouldn't. Stop. Stop. Just broke my brain. So yeah, good news. Starting off with some good news today. However, for iOS users who may have noticed there was some shenanigans going on with YouTube this week. YouTube is investigating widespread low quality video playback on iOS. Pulse is a random SMS app. Yeah, see, I wouldn't have known that because no, just don't use Pulse. I don't even, never heard of. Never even heard of. Don't do it.
That's a no for me, dog.
Google has confirmed it is investigating an issue causing low quality in playback of videos and shorts through the YouTube app on iOS. Recently, a large number of YouTube users on iOS, including iPhone and iPad, have noticed that video playback is of very low quality. Despite a strong connection, videos might only load in too high of a number, 140p, 144p, leading to a very poor viewing experience.
I have noticed this, but I have not so much noticed this on, say, like Android and Android or whatever. I've just noticed that it every so often when I rewatch sometimes I like to watch my shorts back on my desktop, it looks like crap. I mean, terribly bad, and there's no way to like clean that up. It's like looks so bad.
But that's on desktop.
And that's on desktop. And
I don't know about all that. This one says iOS.
And then when I watch it on let me see what it looks like on the thing, and it looks just as bad. And then
oh, never mind. I take that back because I just now read this last bullet point. Video quality could be impacted on iOS, mobile, desktop, or smart TV.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
Comment rescind it.
Yep, it was bad. It's just bad.
It's just bad.
But then when I watch it on TikTok, it's like through mobile and desktop, it's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. It looks exactly what you want it to look like. Looks good. What do you talk? What's the problem?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll post these videos, but I'll post that video to TikTok and Reels, man. Well, that crisp HDR, baby. What's up?
That thing crisp.
It's claro.
I'm like, dang. And then all of a sudden I go to then I'd be like going into YouTube. It'd be looking like the video quality of like trying to talk to somebody through like a Wendy's like talk box. It's like, oh, welcome to Wendy's, how may I help you? I'm like, bro, why is it so crunchy?
Look, I was on Red Note the other day, right? And it was a dude who had a camera and he took Vaseline.
Yeah.
It smeared it on the lens, but like on the periphery.
Yeah.
It took photos with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we can sit and say we can smear graphics look like we smear Vaseline on it, because those pictures actually look kind of fire and they look nothing like what we are talking about.
Yeah.
We can't say Monster Hunter Wilds look like Vaseline when his Vaseline pictures looked amazing.
It just looks like it just like gradient filters.
Exactly. That's what it was. That's what it was.
It's like why am I playing this game through a gradient filter? Why does everything look so gray? I know it's a gray world, but it looks grayer.
Yeah, honestly, can we I know, look, yeah, okay, yes, we both have been playing Monster Hunter. It's been very evident on this channel. We have both been playing Monster Hunter. Let's get it out there. Why does that game look the way it does?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like, not only does it look bad on PC, but just the color gradient for that game. It's like, it looks like I'm looking at it. Like, it looks like I'm watching HDR content on SDR feeds. And it's just like, it's just not, the color's just not there.
Right. It's like you're trying to watch. It's like, man, you're trying to like watch something like a video that tests your TV's like color script.
Yeah.
Color gradient. And it's like, bro, no, this don't look right. Why is the wild plain, like, I know the wild plain is a desert. and the thing. But why does everything look like overly orange? Sometimes things look orange. And then I'm looking at Sahara stuff, and I'm like, it's not that orange.
Well, the jungle just don't look green.
It's blue.
It's like, these colors are not right.
It's blue, and then the downpour happens, and everything is gray. When you go into like the fallow, everything is gray, which I get, but it's like, I feel like there still should be some color there.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe nobody said anything because, like, I mean, the Resident Evil games, they're supposed to look like that,
right?
But I don't know. Like, when you say wilds, I'm expecting like vibrant colors. Everything's supposed to pop. It's like nothing's popping here, man.
And that's what I'm saying. World did not even do that. You could see the colors and the different shiftings of the locales.
Nothing is popping in Wilds. It's still a fun game to play, and it's like I'll look past it, but I don't know, man. Like, I thought we left that grayscale shit back in the 360 PS3 days.
Yeah, me too.
Like, this shit looks like fucking Gears of War, man. Like, bro, what are we doing? Gears of War left that behind.
Yeah, Gears left that around. Have you seen 4, 5 colors?
There was copium that they used DD2 to vet while staying sure it would work. Just
now.
Yeah,
Dragon's Dogma 2 should have been like that. Should have been the thing that we should make us worried. Like,
I don't know, like, I skipped it. I was somewhat interested in it, but yeah, like, that came out during the unemployment days, so I was like, I'm not paying attention to this.
Yeah, no, not because we're playing, not because we were like a lot of people were playing or excited for it. It was just like the reception of it was poor when it comes to the optimization, like it was in Wilds, and that should have been like the alarm bells rung. Like, if it could be bad for this, that's an RE engine.
Yeah,
game.
see, I wonder because like I wasn't paying much attention to it. Like, the people who were playing it and were in it, like, were interested in it, were playing it on console. Yeah, for the most part, and I think that's probably what it was. Like, I wasn't. Because it wasn't something I was interested. Like, you know what? I'd check that out if it appeared, if it was in Game Pass or something. Yeah. I might check it out, but it wasn't something I was dying to play.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I didn't pay any attention to it.
Yeah, but I knew about it because my homie was like hype about it, and I was like, well, let me look into this. And I looked into it, and it was like, oh, this does not look good. Like, I'm looking at the breakdowns, and I'm looking at the breakdowns, and I'm looking at the performance guides, and I'm just like, yeah, this ain't clicking what it's supposed to clock.
So RE Engine is probably not built for open world games, is what we're hearing. No. Is what we're saying here.
No, because World was like, I think World was like RE4. So that ran.
World was running? I thought World was using a different engine. This is the first one that's used RE.
I meant Unreal.
Oh, Worlds use Unreal?
I think so. I'm gonna look that up. I don't want to be talking on.
Because I was saying, yeah. Look, so I think this is the first monster to use RE, and it's like, like it's showing.
What engine is?
I thought they were using their own bespoke engine for that.
It's Monster Hunter World. Oh, MT Framework.
Yep. But yeah, like, I knew it sounded familiar, but it's also not familiar, and now I know why. Because it sounds like fucking like Windows NT.
Right, and because like I say, the first one that was running RE Engine was Rise. Rise was the first one, but that wasn't so bad because that one was more.
That's scaled, right. Rise did use RE.
Yeah, but that one was scaled down, and that was effectively like.
That was a fucking Switch game.
That was a Switch game.
Yeah.
It was fundamentally.
And also, it wasn't open world, so.
Openish. It was more.
Yeah,
it was more or less like.
It was a little nice contained areas and not like a cohesive world you could just be running through.
Right. It's like you can go like from what how Wilds is like you go to the base camp, you leave the base camp, and you going directly into the locale, into a village, into monster fights seamlessly.
Yeah, and
And
now
I know
that we
that's gonna
talk,
add a lot of pressure. Yeah.
and now that I've been in the game for a bit, I kind of agree with some other people. It's like, you know what? Maybe I liked preparing for each hunt I went on.
Yeah.
Like I didn't notice it before because I was playing the story.
Yeah.
And it gave you a chance to kind of recycle, redo, like re-up and all like that. But now that the story is over and I guess the game actually begins,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you finished the hunt. And it's like the pilot was like, what do you want to do now? I was like, I would technically like to go back to the base camp, but I am nowhere near it. And this map is too fucking huge. I don't know where it is. Help me.
Well, I mean, you know you can do fast travel, right?
Right, but I have to open the map and fucking find it first.
Yeah.
There's no button that says go to camp.
Yeah, the way you have to basically the way you have to do it is you have to like open the map, like the full map, and then hit like the left analog button or left directional, and then it pulls up fast travel. You click that, it says base camp, Kanafa, like especially if you're in Wilds, the plains.
This
I know it's a lot of buttons, but Monster Hunter is a lot of buttons.
it would be nice. It would like, all right, look, if you want to simplify it, put that in the fucking start menu. Go to base camp. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, when I finish the hunt, give me the option right there. Would you like to go back to base camp or would you like to continue? What's Alma doing? Alma, take me to base camp.
Yeah. So
Like it's sad. Like I did one of the side quests for the Palico. And it's like I gotta go to the base camp to claim it for the Palico who's standing right here beside me.
Right. You could have been like, hey, you couldn't have just been like, while we was outside, here you go.
Like I got this wasp for you.
I pulled it off the monster. Here you go.
Anywho, yeah, YouTube is aware of the low resolution issues that are happening. Again, this is not only happening on iOS, but on desktop and smart TVs as well. I guess because on my TV, I don't know, like the Apple like I don't know. I have not noticed it much on Apple TV as much, but I only like really on my Apple TV technically only watch and on my iPad because I'm watching it during lunch. It's like Democracy Now! Headlines and because Stephen Colbert is off this week, Daily Show stuff. I only noticed it when watching Democracy Now! And thought my iPad, like I thought something was up with the cell signal at work. But yeah, that's the only time I noticed it. And then yeah, when I saw this article, I was like, okay, that explains that one incident because I've only been to lunch one time this week. Lunch has been provided Tuesday and Thursday. Pizza parties. Yeah. Moving on. Oh, let me make sure. All right. Hold on. There's one more thing I want to check real quick. I got pinged on something. I want to make sure. Okay, they said 10:15. Okay, so Sid is on the way. Don't worry, people. Sid is on the way.
Whoop, whoop.
Just wanted to make sure real quick. That way I know how fast or slow I need to be with the rest of these stories. Hey, if you have a Mac, please be careful as to what you're clicking on. I mean, that just goes for any and everything, but this one here specifically. There is a phishing attempt that's going around on Macs that was initially on Windows PCs until Microsoft decided to fix the issue. And then the hackers decided to pivot because I guess that's what software people do nowadays. Excuse me. Let's see. The security researchers who uncovered the scam say that it's one of the most sophisticated attacks ever mounted against Mac users. Security researchers monitored a long-running phishing attack against Windows users, found that Mac users are now the primary target after Microsoft introduced new security measures. Quote, for the past few months, Layer X has been monitoring a sophisticated phishing campaign that initially targeted Windows users by masquerading as Microsoft security alerts. The campaign's goal was to steal user credentials by employing deceptive tactics that made victims believe their computers were compromised. Now, with new security features rolled out by Microsoft, Chrome, and Firefox, the attackers have shifted their focus to Mac users. So I'm wondering if this is like only hitting Safari? Because if Chromium and Gecko are patched, that would mean WebKit's the only one, right?
Right.
Like, that's how I'm reading that. Like, let's see, the core method of the attack is nothing new. A website pop-up window masquerading as a security alert. But what enables this particular attack to fool so many people is that it uses malicious code to cause the web page you are viewing to freeze. That lends credibility to the pop-up claim that the computer has been locked. Layer X says that the sophistication of the setup made it hard to block. For example, the Windows version was hosted on a genuine Microsoft server. Quote, the phishing pages were hosted on Microsoft Windows.net platform, an open platform by Microsoft for hosting Azure applications. In the context of the attack, this made the messages appear legitimate since they were security warnings supposedly by Microsoft coming from a page on a Windows.net domain. Yeesh.
Ooh. Yikes.
Ruin says, nah, Macs don't get viruses. I heard from my friend who knows the guy who works at an Apple store. Speaking of Apple stores, I went to an Apple store this past weekend.
Oh, nice.
Almost sold again. Almost sold again on getting that MacBook Air. I'm fighting it, man. I'm fighting it. It's always that thing in the back of my head. But what if you want to do more?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, what if I want to do more? I can't get rid of my Pro. And I also have to remember too, there is nothing wrong about M1 Pro. There is nothing wrong with that damn MacBook. It's still good. It's still performant. I don't know why. I think I just want something with a bigger screen and it is thinner.
Yeah.
I actually went to look at the M3 MacBook Airs at the Best Buy not too far from my house. And I was like, yo, this thing is big and it is thin. I kind of want it. Mm-hmm. It's so small. It's so big.
Yep.
I've seen the scareware things. It really does freak people out. I'll hold on to my M2 Air. I don't use it for much. The heaviest use it gets is Crunchyroll. Like, so on my M1 Pro, MacBook Pro, I sometimes use it to export video if I'm doing something like quick and dirty, but it's been a while since I've done that. I will use it for some light photo editing if I need to, but now like I've got my iPad that'll kind of that kind of sits in there, and that's M4. And I run an occasional offline LLM. But outside of that, I really don't do that much. And I'm like, what it is like, I'm just convinced that I'm going to get into coding one day. And I'm going to want to use my laptop and not have to sit at my desk. I'm just convinced one day I'm going to want to do that.
It's that thing that I say that I'll like think to myself like, well, I could get a laptop because there could be a time one day out of the week where I'm not sitting in front of my computer and I want to type an article or a draft of an article, that I might just want to do it on a random Sunday where I'm not fully physically sitting at my desk. And I'm like, Kev, that day is not going to happen. Or you could easily just get a Bluetooth keyboard for way cheaper.
You say these things, right?
Yeah.
And here's my M1 or this is my M1. My M1 iPad Pro, right?
Yes.
And it's the case I have for it. It's the Logitech Folio. Oh wait, no, it's a Combo Touch. So it's the whole thing comes with this detachable keyboard, right? I can attach it like that.
Yeah.
Got a little kickstand, turns to a little mini laptop, right?
Yeah.
Love this case. Very expensive. Not a flex. It's a cry for help.
Yeah.
So, I upgraded to an M4 iPad Pro about a month ago. And because I didn't really have $250 to spend right then and there, I got a cheaper case. Pretty good case. I love that case. But just like with this MacBook, what if I want to type on my iPad?
Mm-hmm.
This has that cellular signal. I could be using this iPad on the road. I might need to type something. I might need to log into a server. A thing I haven't done in years. But I might need to log into a server and I need that keyboard. Logitech got me. They sent me an email saying, hey, on this day, it's going to be $50 off. That case is here and it's on my iPad right now. I've yet to use that damn keyboard for anything. Mm-hmm. I've used it maybe once and it was like to type my password into the iPad. I used the touchpad to click a thing or two. I might have alt-tabbed a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
But have not used it since. But I'm gonna tell you something, it's been great though. One, because like the M4 iPad, I'm not sure if you've seen the marketing for it, but it's so much thinner. That thing is like really fucking thin. And I think like they're saying the iPhone 17 Air is supposed to be like that thin or some shit. It's really thin and it makes that case really thin. So like it feels a lot better, the whole, than the one I just showed you on this thicker one. Cause it's fucking heavy and I kind of, it's like, it's all right, but it just seems heavy to have all this here. That one, I don't mind it so much. It's nice. It's because it's thin, its material's a little bit lighter. But yeah, I've yet to use it as an actual laptop in any meaningful capacity. But to be fair, I only got it Sunday.
Right.
Like I actually got it. It was like, all right, I can't wait to use this at work, but I've only been to lunch one day this week.
Damn.
Every other time I've been eating lunch like at my desk or outside of a conference room because of training and shit. So it's just like, this was the 1 week. The 1 week I could have convinced myself and just couldn't because I never got to use it.
Damn.
Oh yeah, on-screen keyboards are terrible. But again, that would mean I would have to be typing shit and I'm not.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm not typing anything on it. And like, I'm gonna tell you something. It has been, not having that case has been an excellent use case in me using my pencil, my Apple Pencil. Because I have been actually writing more things.
Right.
Which has been really nice. And I still feel like I'm gonna still write more. I don't know. I feel like now that I'm on this fucking social, I'm like super into socialism. I was like, I have to write things. Like I got to take it back to the Bolshevik Revolution. I must write to my memoirs. I must write to my letters and my pamphlets to give to the masses. I will scribble my Mastodon post. But yeah. So yeah, be careful out there. I'm sure there is someone out there who is a god at using on-screen keyboards. I am pretty sure there is. Like, I'm pretty sure like these fucking kids nowadays.
Oh yeah,
are crushing it.
That maybe a little stylus action.
My son still just wants to use the he wants to use his voice search. He has no patience. He's like his mom. There's no patience for an on-screen keyboard.
Yeah, my mom does that too, where it's just be like, look up this person in this place, and it's like, oh, okay.
My wife does not like to be in group text because she feels like she cannot keep up with the text messages. So I'm on that all day, baby. What's up? Oh yes, here it is. Microsoft's latest Windows update accidentally uninstalled Copilot.
You know it's funny when like Microsoft accidentally be uninstalling stuff, because they are notorious of installing stuff onto shit.
Like the thing is, like what I find funny on top of the fact that just last week they're trying to put Copilot on an Xbox. Nobody asked for that shit.
Nobody asked for that.
What makes this even worse is like, remember, people were trying to figure out a way how to uninstall Copilot from these new laptops because of that recall feature, and you can't do it. But Microsoft suddenly figured out how to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, oh wait, you can. Oh, so you can remove it. Mm-hmm. I do want to point out that I have updated this computer, like, and not saying that I want it, but my computer is now on 24H2, which for those who may not have known, from a couple of weeks ago, I had trouble, like I ran into an issue where I could not update my computer because 22H2 was going out of support, and Windows Update was complaining saying, hey, you need to update Windows. And I'm like, dog, I'm trying, but you won't give it to me. What the fuck do you want me to do? Mm-hmm. Until I had to force the update to 24H2. Mm-hmm. And I do want to say, I still don't see Copilot on my computer. And I'm grateful. Mm-hmm. But also, why? I don't know how to feel about this.
I think it was like, I don't know if it was one of those like they decided to just say opt out according to the backlash and be like, all right, new updates, it just opts you out of the thing, it's cool, and then subsequent updates was like it didn't include it, so it was like forever opt. I
don't think I've never been asked though. Mm-hmm. Like I've never seen anything on my computer at all say anything about Copilot, nothing about that.
Right.
And like it was something like, especially before we learned how bad generative AI was. Like back when I thought, like, and I still think it's a fascinating technology. Do not get me wrong. I'm not singing its praises. I'm not the next to be up like, yo, Sam Altman is a genius. I think AI does have its uses, but at the risk of our planet, nah, fuck that shit. But yeah, before we knew about the planet impacts of this, when Microsoft was talking about implementing Copilot and ChatGPT into Windows, I was kind of looking forward to it, but I never got an update for it. They never asked me if I ever wanted any of it. And I'm still kind of looking for like, where did it go? Mm-hmm. How do I, like, if I wanted to turn it on, how do I turn it on? But also it's like that thing of like, okay, if I find out and I turn it on, will I be able to turn it off? And that's the only reason why I haven't really dug into it. Because I'm afraid it's like Pandora's box. Once I open it, I can't put it back in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? Nah. I'm curious. I want to know why I don't see it. But you know what? Let it stay away. If somebody has an explanation, I will take it. But this is one I really don't know if I want to dig into. But yeah, so apparently, and I think Microsoft has released an update to put the window put Copilot back for those, I guess, who were using it. Kev, do you have Copilot on your computer?
That's good. Now that's a good question. Let me look at it. Let me look and see. Cause see, I've got 10.
See, I've got Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Where would it be if I needed to find it?
I don't know. Yeah, I just figured it would just be there by default.
Yeah, I thought
Maybe
I
I
was.
turned it off somewhere. Is it in search? No, because that. Yeah, I know Microsoft 365 Copilot is Office. Yeah, that I do know. No, so that's just a regular search box for me. So it's not search. They didn't replace my search with Copilot. Widgets, maybe? No, that ain't it. Other system tray icons. Yeah, like I think it's just a standalone app called Copilot.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, the only thing I have, even like just for the taskbar, is Microsoft 365 Copilot app, which is Office. Is there any, like, I'm in the settings app. I'm gonna just search setting Copilot hardware choice. Okay, I don't have a Copilot. I don't have a keyboard that has the Copilot button. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should not look at, maybe I should stop looking at gift horse in the mouth. Look, I don't want Copilot. Let's not just go looking for Copilot.
Mm-hmm. I think you better let it go.
Yeah. All right. I'm if it's not obvious, I am stalling for a reason.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. There we go. See, now I have to go fix something. One of the reasons why I was stalling, so I can fix this problem. So don't mind the mess right now. And then there we go. Oh, look who's here.
Still making sure to make perfect attendance after however many calls, but I'm also respectful enough to not immediately jump into things when I'm just like, are we at a good place for that?
Yeah, look, we're right at your story. So I was like, look, I'm gonna give them some time, but like eventually we're gonna have to stall.
I was in the middle of typing, like, is this a good time to jump in here? Because, hi. Today in news, the thing I wanted to add to our list today.
Hold on. No, before we get there, maybe you should share your story about the thing you just told me in Discord while I try to get things situated in OBS.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm fixing things in the background right now.
First of all, I'm glad to know that Merge is finally on the show. Hi, I am East Coast Merge. Hello there, West Coast Sin over there. We set the clock back 10 milliseconds from midnight as I arrive on the show. Here is the thing. I have been trying to just go places today, and so I will push the button. The rideshare app does its thing. And the person gets nearly to my house, and then for some reason, it goes, that person that was 1 minute away from your house is now a completely different person who is 12 minutes away from your house. And that has happened to me 4 times today. So I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago, and 1 minute away from the time that they were supposed to pick me up, another person appeared on the screen, 14 minutes away. And I'm just like, surely there has to be another person closer. There was. 12 minutes away. So, here we are. But it's the first day of spring, and at least it is currently not raining.
Wait.
Indeed.
Where is it not raining? It definitely rained today.
No, it rained for like 2 hours today.
Okay, I was
where
about to
I'm
say.
at. And I'm like, no, I'm talking about currently. At least it's not raining.
Oh, like right now it's not supposed to. It definitely rained today. Because I was confused about something. And I'm gonna take a quick little derail because now we're talking about rain. Because there is something I meant to show all of you. And of course it starts playing automatically, but so yeah, this little buddy, if you can see on the screen, there's a drone just flying, but look at what it's doing though.
What is it doing?
It is washing the windows.
Oh, it's a drone playing Power Wash Simulator. That's cool.
Yes, it is. So we were at a training today, and it was outside of the window we were in, and it's like, well, I'm hearing what sounds like a weed whacker, but seeing a heavy downpour of what I thought was rain, until I looked out another window and saw that it was bone dry. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This ain't right. But then I forgot about it until the training was over. We grabbed some lunch and we were heading back to our office, which was in the other building, when I noticed that there were 2 women looking back in our direction, but like towards the sky with a phone. I'm like, what the fuck are they looking at? So I get to where they were standing and I look back, and sure enough, there is this huge ass quadcopter hooked up to a hose, spraying the windows down. And I'm like, see, that's cool up until certain organizations will figure out how to use that for malicious purposes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that given the state of our world, that was the first place I went when I saw that after, oh shit, that is a drone doing a cool thing.
Yep. It's that one scene of like in, what was it, like Revenge of the Sith, where you see like the drone, basically the droid sending those little like killer centipedes into Padme's room, and then bruh jumping after it, and then you see in the very next scene, you see the droids putting the glass window back into the thing, and like basically saying like washing it, and then being like, "All right, we're good now," and then flying off. So just I feel like that was that juxtaposition mode, how you felt of like, yes, a droid did a malicious thing, and then a droid did something pretty cool of like actually fixing the apartment, Padme's apartment.
All right.
Yeah, I see both why droids could be bad and droids could be good, I fear.
I mean, of all the things I've heard being attached to drones, this is not the worst.
Right.
But immediately when I thought of droid in air spraying liquid at thing. Yeah, and I've seen cops flying drones at a number of protests. The immediate thing I thought of was like, yo, they are going to sit there and use that to hose down protesters like in months.
Yeah.
Like I am like hesitant to post this online.
It's the thing of like civilian of like, how can we purpose this for military practice? It's like,
you know what I love about this is that this is what I sound like most of the time when these things come up. So like to hear Major say that is giving.
And that's why I hate it. That's why I hate it, because it's like when I want to buy a thing and then I don't, I blame my wife for that, right? It's like, you're in my head. You're the one telling me, is this a prudent investment? The main reason why I have not bought that MacBook Air, outside of just FOMO. Seeing this and seeing other cool tech, and then thinking, what is the terrible, malicious application of this that's gonna make me hate it? And as soon as I think about it, it's like, fuck you, Sid. Fuck, you ruined it again.
yeah.
You know something? What like the joy that I take from this moment is that maybe one day that might save your life. And so in advance,
yes,
you're welcome.
Yes, I understand. I'm aware, but damn it, I just want to enjoy a cool thing.
It's like the confines of like robots, where it's like, oh, robots, and then it's like, how long before we get to Chappie? Like how long?
Not that far away. I saw a Boston Dynamics robot yesterday.
Yeah.
Doing
So
some
it's like,
very bad parkour. I mean, doing some very bad breakdancing, like, but still technically better than that Australian.
Mm-hmm.
But it was doing the breakdancing nonetheless. And I'm like, that's cool until it's not.
Yep. It's like between zero. It's like between, on a scale between 1 being Boston Dynamic and 4 Chappie, because I'm not even saying Terminator anymore. It's more Chappie. Chappie is more, because it's like, oh, Skynet. That's highly unrealistic. Chappie, ooh, that could be in the next 15 years.
Who and what is Chappie?
Oh, you know Chappie. So
This is a Neil Blomkamp film, right?
Yes, Neil Blomkamp. It's set in South Africa, where there are particular where basically androids are used in like particular operations, but then this way there are like robot cops. So essentially like robot cops. And Chappie is one of the robot cops that got reprogrammed by South African gangsters, which is funny enough. Those two, the couple, they are actually South African rappers. I think like Diane Worth. And so it's based on like a combination of what is real, what is AI, what is trained, what is taught, what is learned. And Chappie is kind of like the yardstick that I basically go from as like, when are we gonna get cool robots to do cool robot stuff, and then when are robots gonna be cops? Like, When is gonna like a door's gonna kick in and then there's gonna be a cop there? There's gonna be a robot that cannot be reasoned with.
Which is sad. I really like watching Appleseed.
Me too.
Damn.
Like watching that.
Like fucking
Appleseed,
Appleseed, bro. Damn.
Because it's like, yeah, there's a lot of
Ghost in the
like,
Shell.
Man,
fuck.
it's like, damn, I am really it's like, damn, I really don't like Chappie and like RoboCop, but man, do I like Appleseed? And like Ghost in the Shell, and it's like,
and Bad Boys.
oh, of course, Bad Boys. It's like, yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Damn.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I'm such a mark for cop shit, but I hate cops.
Yeah, it's like, it's a cab in these streets, but every time I watch Blue Bloods, man.
Damn, this sucks. Like before, I would say I've never had guilty pleasures, but now it's like, damn, I really do, don't.
They really did make sure to ruin every single one of them.
Yeah. Because it's
I definitely didn't watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine recently because they were putting out new seasons on Netflix.
That's on my list because I've been watching all my comfy shows.
You should have probably watched it before they put out the new season, because what they did was take away the first 2 seasons to put the next 2 seasons. So now we'll just start to season 3.
Oh, I'll find it.
I mean, look, I'll just give you a heads up, just so you know ahead of time.
I appreciate you though, but
because
like,
that would have pissed me off, and it did when I saw what they did.
Wait, that's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, I got Peacock. Okay.
Damn, that's right. Yeah, fuck. I just need to get fucking Peacock, man. Get The Office and fucking Parks and Rec back. Let's go.
Like the way I am watching Suits. Oh. And then they created another series called Suits LA, and it's like, oh.
Weren't they already in LA?
No, they went to New York.
Oh, I don't know. Just a little young boy lawyer. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah. Like Mike Ross, yeah, he was a fraud. But anyway,
aren't they all fucking frauds on USA shows?
No. Well, what,
you're a spy.
You know that. Well, you know,
oh
it's
shit,
like,
CIA shit. Oh,
that's right. That's right.
Burn notice, David.
CSI, and I'm like, dang.
NCIS, fuck.
Cause that's what I'm saying. That's the type of old man I'm trying to be like. Am I NCIS old man, or am I like a CIS old man?
I was NCIS old man, but the shit got too real at one point, and now it's just like, now you just the fucking ops, man. And you should have rolled around with Busan. Nick, I can't do this. Like, I'm sorry. That's just a bridge too far now.
Nah.
Now I am just
maybe one or two bridges.
Yeah.
Right, so now I just realized, oh wait, I'm a legal drama old man. So now I can sit down and watch Suits all the time, and I'm like, I'm good with Suits now. Like, I just realized, oh, I'm actually just a legal dramas, because then I'm gonna end up, once I finish with Suits, I'm gonna double back to Boston Legal and we'll watch that
Okay, I mean, yeah, like lawyers, yeah, you good. It's lawyers,
yeah,
it's fine. They're workers. Lawyers are workers. They get paid a lot, but they're still workers.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna be like Suits, maybe like Billions, Blacklist. YouTube has been trying hard to get me to watch Blacklist, and I'm like, no, hold on, no.
I started watching Interior Chinatown,
as opposed to Interior Crocodile Alligator.
Well, no. Speaking of, because I forgot. Yeah, speaking of police procedurals, this is a show that takes place in the backdrop of a police procedural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is funny as shit. The way that shit works is like, it works in like the regular show that it takes place, like just like, hey, let's do folks in Chinatown, just doing Chinatown, like stereotypical Chinatown shit, right?
Right.
But then the police come in, and it's like, now it's almost like Reboot, where the game drops in the middle of that town, and now you're having to work within the confines of the game.
Yeah.
So it's like when the cops show up, the police procedural rules show up, and now shit doesn't work the way it was supposed to work. Like there's a scene where he was supposed to follow a detective into a police station, but because he's not a cop, he's not a part of the show, he doesn't belong in the police station. It cannot open the door to the police station. And the detective can't figure out why he can't get in the door because she doesn't understand it. He doesn't either, but it's like, oh, I see what this is. He's a background character. He doesn't have a reason to be in the police department. That's why they're not letting him in it. That shit is it's really fucking good. I need to finish it, but it is stupid as shit. I love it.
There's one show. There's one thing. It's not a police procedural. It should be. It's called Gotham Central, and Gotham Central is like. And I'm mad because we're never gonna get a Gotham Central because Warner Brothers. But I could definitely see this on CW where it's like imagine a police procedural in Gotham City, dealing with like the crime lords, the rogues gallery, all while you're a cop on the beat of Gotham City, and you're having to also figure out, is this the time to take down Batman, or do you let Batman cook? Because and I think that was something that I would like. This is a good read. It was a good read. I read a few issues. It's a good read. I would have loved. Really feels like a Gotham version of Hill Street Blues or NYPD Blue, but it was one of those things.
You
where
saw a Gotham version of Hill Street Blues is the wildest description I have heard in my life.
It's like it's in that level, but with the Joker and Penguin, and a lot of the low level, like dealing with Calendar Man and Crazy Quilt, on the police side.
I was hearing some random like watching these shows on fucking HBO Max, man.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn and Kite Man. Like, yo, what the fuck, man? Are these damn villains coming from?
Oh, Kite Man's kind of awesome though, because he's a jewel thief. He's like, him and his gang like fly in, rob, and then fly out.
You make him sound amazing, but if you've seen the shit that he's been in on Harley Quinn and also on his own show, he's the dumbest motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you can make characters and DC villains actually look pretty cool if you just kind of like edge them up a little bit, like Sportsmaster, where it's like, oh, Sportsmaster, he's a guy that he knows all different kinds of sports, but you can literally make him like Taskmaster if you wanted to. The problem is most people wouldn't. It's like, this is the guy that's like fighting people with like hockey sticks and baseball bats, and I'm like, have you ever been swung? I'm like, that could be something cool if you edged him up to do that. Calendar make like how the long Halloween made Calendar Man look like a freaking serial killer. He was like killing people on holidays. Like, it's like you can make these guys so much better. It's just you have to write them so much better.
I don't know. I like how they're represented in like shit like Harley Quinn. It's like y'all just goons. Just dumb motherfuckers, man.
You are low level Rogues Gallery members.
But also the way they treat Bane and Clayface in that show is just fucking hilarious. And King Shark.
Bane is like a golden retriever boyfriend, and like Bane is kind of like, oh my god, I'm happy to be out the house.
Round Funches is the fucking best, man.
Round Funches King Shark is so good.
I hate that he's not in the latest season, but they they introduce one of his children, and they're like, but damn it, I just want Round Funches back.
He really made. I'm like, he is a part of the reason why I want King Shark in more things. Because he's just because King Shark is just so good. Anyway, that's the not talking about tech portion of Tech Talks.
Don't worry, it'll be back again in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But now that Sin is here, they're nestled in, it's caught up on things. It's time to talk about Adolf Musk. And his Swasta-trucks.
We want to talk about Apartheid Clyde.
Apartheid Clyde,
yeah.
and his. I can't think of something
So,
from Volkswagen, but you know
something.
Yeah.
What about about the swasta cars? Well,
Swasta truck.
Huh?
The swasta truck.
Oh, I mean, it's coming later because apparently someone saw like a Tesla with a Kia sign on it, because even being marked as a Tesla is getting people side eyes. So they have printed cars. They have cars out there, Teslas out there with different labels.
Ooh. Kev, did I send you that TikTok?
Hold on, let me check.
This is full of messages. No, damn it. I am not logged into TikTok and I've reposted and liked a bunch of. There is one particular TikTok that I hope I sent Kev. I don't want to spoil it, but it's on the it's in the vein of what you were just talking about, Sid.
Okay, so I'll let you continue. That's not what the article's about. The article that I posted today. For those of you who owned a Cybertruck, which is probably no one listening to the show, for those of you who owned a Cybertruck and were hoping to finally get a chance to trade it in for whatever reason after you finally allowed, got past the NDA phase of owning your Cybertruck, they have called every single one of them bitches back. Every single one of them, 46,000 of them, which is 46,000 too many in my opinion. 46,000 of them got recalled.
Also, they've recalled. You said 46,096. That's how many Cybertrucks they sold.
Between November of 2023 and February of this year,
from launch
that's how
to
many
now,
of them they have made.
No, that's how much they have sold, not made, because there are definitely plenty on a lot.
I'm just saying, just manufactured. That's I'm using that word because that's what the article says.
Oh shit, you're right, it does. So which means, damn, they sold less.
They said they had to call all of them back.
Manufactured, not sold. Manufactured.
And I'm like,
nigga, just say this shit's a fucking flop, bro. Just end it. End it. How? Bro.
So the reason why. The reason why is because apparently it's called an armored vehicle. So let's talk about that. But because a piece of the car,
major,
according to a filing, because of the piece of the car can fall off while you're driving it.
I'm not sure what you're showing me.
I'm showing you the video of the car of the Cybertruck with the Toyota on the back.
Oh yeah, could you? Okay, never mind. I got it. I pulled it because I wanted to show it on stream.
That was hilarious.
But imagine, something. You spent all of this time keeping your car out of the rain in case of rust and oxidation, only for your thing to be recalled because, much like we have said and clowned about on this show, pieces of your car are actually falling off and can be a hazard to yourself and other drivers.
Because it's glued. They use glue. They didn't use clips. They used glue.
They could have used duct tape and they wouldn't have had to recall them. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking, you did all of that to drive a car that came out at the same time as the Atari? Like, what is this?
Lord, somebody took I was on TikTok. Somebody took the clip from like Matilda, where like Matilda's father was like like doing the cars. He was like, yeah, he was like, we usually supposed to weld these bumpers, but we don't got time. That takes time, and then equipment. So we use super glue.
All right,
the bumpers on.
So in vain of what Sid was talking about before, about people taking badges off of their swastika cars and trucks.
Yep.
There was
hold
this
on.
one.
Enhanced.
I mean, this is about as big as I can make it. So this is what I'm gonna turn the music down so you can hear it over the microphone. I don't feel like routing the audio through OBS right now.
Ahora lo he visto todo.
Esa Cybertrucks es Toyota.
Eso es un trans carro.
It's a trans car.
Trans car.
Oh wow.
It's a trans car. Respect its pronouns. Respect its identity.
What's so wild about this is you are over here. That's a Cybertruck. It's not a Cybertruck. It's a Toyota. I changed the label. Okay, but you will not call this person the name that they told you that they were called when you met them at the office.
Respect their name. It's a toy. I identify as a Toyota.
But that truck's pronouns are a lemon. That's what it is. You can lose me with that shit.
You will respect my pronouns. I am a gas truck. I identify as a gas truck. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I identify as a 4x4 off-road vehicle.
Mm-hmm. I say you can. I just said, Chad, please.
It's a Toyota.
The way at that moment be like one of them people on that Fox
News. I simply could not wait to bring that to the both of you. The moment I saw that.
I'd be sitting up there with my American sold up shirt and a chartreuse hat. And I'd be sitting up there and say, that car is not even American.
I was hoping
that car.
I was hoping that if I Googled trans Tesla, would it show Teslas with different badging on it? It is not what Google gave me.
Google was like, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know what to tell you. Even Gemini was like, I don't think I got it for you, baby.
Nobody's calling it that. Oh my god!
Not yet. Give it time.
But I have seen an article where people were talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I've seen that.
I was hoping there would have been one when I Googled trans Tesla, but no.
I seen a bumper sticker. I seen a bumper sticker where somebody put on it. It says, put on the Tesla. Like, I bought it before Elon went crazy.
Yep, I saw those maybe a couple weeks after. Yep.
And I seen Kia did the same thing and put it on one of their cars and said, I bought this before Elon went crazy. And it was for Kia's EVs.
So
for
those of you who are watching, right? And I want to say this in light of the fact that we're finding out overall that even the smallest little bit of effort is taking these people by millions, if not billions of dollars. It is the recall of this car only days after Elon got on Fox News and cried that people were being so very mean to him and not buying his things.
It's given that gif, and I think Major knows what I'm talking about. It's that gif where like Woody Harrelson is like wiping his tears with the money.
Yeah.
It was given that to me. It was given that instead of like money, it was like market sheets, like, evaluation, market cap,
but like just doing that, but also at a time when the board of his company, and that personally
Yo,
is music to my ears. The board is like, please
please
leave the White House immediately. You are fucking up our collective bag.
Please come back. Please.
No, they didn't say. They didn't even tell him to come back. They said just stop talking. Like, don't leave the White House.
And he told
oh, look at this. Now this is convincing.
that does, like I say, a Tesla and an
I
Audi
would not.
are
I would have thought
relatively
that was an Audi.
I would more say that like Tesla's vague, Teslas are similar to Audis in construction, and I would believe that.
Oh, look at this Honda Civic.
Oh, that's totally not a Honda Civic. I've seen Honda Civics.
Oh, this Mazda, even with the Mazda, look with the Mazda both.
Mazda is way too shiny. That Mazda would be. I don't know. That Mazda looked too shiny.
Oh, is it another Honda Civic? Oh my God! Why a Civic? Why not an Accord? Like something bigger than a Civic. That's too big for a Civic, man.
A Civic is a coupe. A Civic is a like I said, an Accord is a sedan. That's what the Tesla is. It's a sedan.
Well, they are really leaning into this Mazda look, though.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy how many Teslas are going undercover, because it is so, like, listen, the revolution is making it so embarrassing and stressful to be associated with this man that you just stopped.
Oh.
So between France burning Teslas and them having to recall all 46,096.
Bro, not the Rivian.
And Rivians don't even look like it.
That's what I'm saying. Like somebody said they bought a Cybertruck. Oh, as a matter of fact, it was the one with the loan, right? It was the one I sent you with the loan where he said he get ridiculous loan, but he said, "Don't worry, I took off all the badging so nobody will know." Like, motherfucker, you bought a Cybertruck.
You bought a literal unrendered PlayStation car. What are you talking about? You bought something from Tron. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, I can't even say Tron because at least Tron had curves. What are you talking about?
What are we doing?
But yeah, so
Photoshop Hot Wheels on the back.
I mean,
if you have a 3D printer machine,
bro.
If you have a 3D printer machine, you're about to make a whole bag trying to like Tesla from just being shaded.
This is Hot Wheels.
And they said, no, these are Hot Wheels. These are the Hot Wheels right here. Smoldering.
Not a Subaru. Not the Subaru. But tell me why you still got the plate. You still got the plate frame that says Model Y.
See, they ain't commit to it.
They ain't commit to it.
They ain't commit to it. Because I'm like, that should have been a... Not with the rolls. Not with the roll abs. The Hawaiian abs.
All right, Kev.
No. No. This Sharpie. Dirty as
With tape. The logo's still there too.
They whited it out. They whited it out.
What are we doing?
Oh,
And it is so bad. And this shit is so fucking bad. You got conservatives who was like motherfucking rolling coal on fucking Tesla superchargers. Like, we gotta save Tesla. Got Sean Hannity out here buying a fucking Tesla.
I mean, you have.
We gotta go buy Swanson cars immediately. Elon's crying. We can't let the edgelord in chief cry.
Oh wait. Actually, wait. We need to talk about that because someone did the cleanest read on Twitter about Tarjay. About Tarjay. So, you know that one day of protest that they did that dropped their stocks by like a couple of mil, like a good like 100 or so? You know what's funny?
DeLorean.
You know what's funny? First of all, that one I don't like. That's disrespectful. The DeLorean is an iconic butterfly door. How dare you?
It's beautiful. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to DeLorean? Come on now. It's a cult symbol. It's a
have some
pop
class.
culture icon.
Have some class.
I ain't do too much.
Stop it.
So let me just say this. That's so disrespectful. Oh my God. If you're watching live, I just want you to know I had nothing to do with the part. So
I forgot that this is also an audio podcast, bro.
Okay. You know something? Let's have an audience participation moment.
You need to watch the video podcast.
Please.
Let's have an audience participation moment. If you want me to get up and get the folding fan for the statement I'm about to make, put 1 in the chat. If you just want me to say what I was going to say, put a 2 in the chat.
Oh my God! I just don't get now. I get why they would put weights. Someone should put this on the back of the damn Cybertruck.
Because it's trash.
It look like a dumpster.
Because it's trash. Because it's a basura.
Oh no.
Oh shit, bro.
Hold on for a second, because I gotta get equipment.
I'm like the flaming dumpster it is. Put it.
I think that's it. I don't think there's any more now. Oh my God, that was so good.
Oh, that's enough. Okay.
Which one are we using for the thumbnail? We got so many choices.
So.
Nah, it's gotta be the whiteout Rivian.
The whiteout Rivian? The whiteout Rivian?
Yeah.
All right, that's it, baby. We've got today's thumbnail.
Because it's like, well, at least the thumb. We'd have to do a better job about covering up the plate and some of this stuff, but yeah. That's it.
Covered up. There's no number.
Okay, so here's the thing. Ever so respectfully.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God.
Dear Target, same thing with the people who did Tesla and Cybertrucks. You know, y'all sure were on some, and because we're talking about people just losing a whole bunch of money and stuff. And specifically because, you know, Mater was like, oh my God, we have to go and like, you know, help our Lord and Savior and buy the thing, right? Got a question. How is that going for you?
Just so you know, I'm okay. I was ugly crying over here.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine.
I need a minute. I'm verklempt, but yes.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. We have to maintain our level of professionalism, gentlemen.
Professionalism.
Yeah, that's
we're supposed to be professional in this. Come on now. When did that start?
So here's the thing, right? So, let's talk about this, Target. Target, I just step to the front. My question for you. Those people, like you were just like, the DEI is doing a little bit too much. So those people who said all of that, where is your foot traffic? Because you did this for some innumerable amount of people making a lot of noise, who certainly should have pulled up to make you all of that money that you were just eating in stock losses and profit losses. And yet, somehow that hasn't happened since the black people left the store. Where are they?
I don't know. I've heard in some locations they are still there, but
I want to ask the same kind of question about these Teslas and Cybertrucks. Like, baby, they're burning your cars. They got y'all out here having to swap the sign, right? Where are these people who are supposed to be buying these cars from you?
Oh, they're on the right now. They all work at Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the station that he was crying on that people weren't buying enough of the cars? I'm just saying, You're bored. You're like, y'all got your whole board being like, oh, see, now, like, y'all done too much because now y'all fucking up our money. And they were just like, but DEI. And they're just like, the only D I care about at the moment are dollars. Go and find them. And the black people went, no.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, they did that for 3 days. You know what? Y'all gonna learn.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm over here a whole half a mile away from a Target and had to explain to somebody today why I'm about to walk past the Target and go to Home Depot for an ironing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that. December 17, 2024, sitting at 479.86. Down to 236. They done lost about 240 points?
Yeah. And it's still going.
They about to be right where they were a year ago.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to figure out like where did that little, like, Trump dealership. I love Tesla. Like, what did that bump give? Like,
when did that happen?
gosh, when did that?
And I'm just honestly speaking, I
Tesla
am
recalls nearly all Cybertrucks after Trump official begs people to buy.
I feel like this is just the
too.
I feel like this is just the manifestation of every time on Twitter over the last years I've seen somebody that very serious Bugs Bunny gif in a tuxedo that just goes, I wish a very losing all of your money to every billionaire.
Yeah. Oh, that was the White House commercial that was on the 11th of March. So that was about 9 days ago.
So it did go up, but it also just came right back down.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. It was like a slight bump. It was like eh. And the wild part is,
if $20 is a bump, sure.
Yeah, man said, $1 a share. That lies up.
But remember, it was also like at 500 back in December. So like 20 points.
Yeah. So
child, that number drove right off a cliff, and it'll never be back there again.
So when you're talking about like 20, even though that's a considerable amount of money,
like no, but Kev,
but still, that's half the
Kev,
amount.
I need you to look at this chart. Where my mouse was when the Tesla commercial happened.
Yes.
That's where he was. That was the highest it had ever been.
That is as high as it ever been, and then it was like, nope.
I believe the phrase is you love to see it. You really
do. You do.
And it can keep going down. I really do.
Look, we can get pre-COVID numbers.
Yep. Plus,
Let's just get to pre-COVID numbers. Let's go.
we're not that far. We're not that far off.
No, we still got about like another 200 points to go, but
Yeah.
Trust me, those points, like, if we've learned
And
anything, it doesn't take long for those points to drop because
that's a good point. That's a good point.
And then what?
we speed, like, since they speed running executive orders, we speed running taking a stock, baby.
What's the really truly the wild part is, it's like a lot of this is going down. The recession is going to keep it going down. It's going to go down even further once the recession hits.
See what y'all done? See what y'all did?
I still think it's fucking wild as shit though that conservatives are buying fucking EVs right now.
In areas that don't have EVs.
To be fair, I saw two Cybertrucks drive out the North Carolina boondocks.
Right, because they
Like
they have the
within
infrastructure
5
for
minutes
that.
of each other.
Yeah, because they have the infrastructure for that, and that's the pet car.
In the North Carolina boondocks.
Yeah.
I don't know where it was. I don't know where the fuck they were going. But with two Cybertrucks within 5 minutes of each other driving out of the sticks.
Yep. Because they probably had to charge it house, and they were like, I better drive where I need to drive and drive back because I got to charge.
I mean, it does, like, that's the thing. Like, I imagine, like, there are probably good places. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure the people who are driving these EVs in like these wooded areas here in North America are driving them like gas cars, where it's like, when I go out, this is when I go get gas, or this is when I go charge, right?
But where?
I mean, they're probably like, hopefully they've had the wherewithal to either charge at home, which is probably something that they have to do, or they all right, like, when we go out, we got to make sure we hit a charger of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least know that, hey, we need to make sure we have enough to get to a supercharger at some point.
Right. If we were living in the world that was the world that we would have loved to have seen it, we would not be asking those questions and wondering why.
Yeah.
We would just assume, we would be in an area where the infrastructure is set up for EVs to thrive. But we live in this timeline. And this timeline, chargers are not necessarily as prevalent as they would be in areas that are developed for EVs.
Yeah. I mean, Dumpy did cancel that whole thing, but remember, Tesla's still going to Tesla. Granted, he also fired the whole supercharger team and then realized, oh shit, that was kind of the whole point for people to buy our fucking car. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're just seeing him do that to the federal government.
Yeah.
And it's just not working too well for him. It is just... It sucks that people are hurting, but it does give me solace to see that he too is hurting.
Right.
And again, remember, we all have this.
What is this?
The Rivian.
There we are.
Yep.
Child, they're trying to file that off. I love it here.
They look like they just put some white out over it.
No, they just like, it's just white tape. They taped over that. That is white tape. That they covered the Tesla logo with and wrote Rivian.
Like, yikes.
That is just...
No way.
I almost just want to end the show. I can't. There's nothing. There's nothing I can do to this man. I'm done. Oh shit, bro. I need to. Yeah, let me pull that off to the side so I don't lose it. Thank you, Sin, for bringing that article to our attention. Because we needed that.
It was just too. It was too good for me to see that and be like, oh, oh, we gotta talk to the homies about this. We gotta do it.
I mean, like, to be fair, like, it would have been covered because, like, you see, I pulled the Gadget article because I thought you would put yours in there, but you didn't. So I just went and put the Gadget one in there. So I would have eventually talked about it. But yeah, like, I'm glad, like, we used to talked about, you know, people swapping badging. I was like, oh, that's right. That is totally a thing that I have not seen too many people talk about. We need to talk about this. That is more important. Well, no, there is health and safety on the line with panels falling off of trucks. But
I mean, there's health and safety on the line, but I mean, the panels are probably falling off because they're trying to unbolt the logo of the Cybertruck from it and replace it with Hot Wheels. Listen.
it was a low bearing badge.
Cackling.
Oh, by the way, now I feel like there's an article we're gonna have to come back to in a couple of weeks that I'm not going to like as much, but this one I'm enjoying.
I'm hoping people were clipping this. If not, I'm gonna feel really sad because I was too busy laughing and crying.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make it a highlight, but then make sure to download it.
Yeah, that whole segment just needs to live on its own.
Yes.
I want to share that in perpetuity.
Yes.
Just a reminder.
You know something? It should just be like us talking about random things. Go through the logos with that sound in between.
Let's see what I got. Shit, I got things to do this weekend. I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll use my M1 Pro, MacBook Pro, and edit it there because I still have that horsepower, I guess. Anywho, Amazon is getting rid of the option for Echo devices to process Alexa voice requests locally.
It's the way I'm about to go analog at this point. My mom, bless her, so many years ago at this point, bought me an Amazon Echo for Christmas. And it's nice on occasion to turn around and look at it and be like, hey, tell me about the weather today. But at this point, it's gotta go. Diogen, the problem isn't that it always needs to be online. The problem is that you had an option to just be like, whatever I decide to like share with it does not get put into the cloud for any, and now you don't have that option. Mind you, this is on the tail of an article that we covered last week where they said, hey, why don't we just record everything that y'all said? Without you having to give the voice prompt to do that. And just held on to it.
I do want to make sure that we do clarify though, this is for the Echo Dot 4th generation Echo Show 10 and the Echo Show 15. I own an Echo Dot. I don't know what version it is, nor is it plugged in. So I'm not terribly concerned about that, but I'm not sure, like, in the range of Echo or of Alexa devices, what, like, is this all of the devices? Is it just these three? Like, I don't know. I asked Siri for the weather, and Siri is too fucking dumb to really just do anything worthwhile. And apparently, news coming out today, they're shaking up things at Apple because of this whole fucking next gen Siri debacle that Apple has found itself in. Then again, I don't know if you can do that in the U.S. anymore because Dumpy shut that department down. Well, I mean, if it's privatized now, we put in a quarter, we get the weather.
What department? The NIH?
No, that would be NO. The
oh,
national,
NOAA?
Yeah, NOAA. Thank you.
Okay.
which includes the National Weather Service.
Wait. NIH. What is that one?
NIH is National Institute of Health.
Okay.
Yeah, he shut down. He's shutting down both, or drastically reducing the workforce of both. Effectively shutting them down, but you know.
Oh, by the way, how do y'all feel about not owing student loans anymore?
I mean, is that what they mean by shutting down the Department of Education?
They said, oh, by the way, we're leaving the part of the Department of Education that processes student loan payments. We're gonna make sure that one stays intact, right?
Okay. Good luck still getting that money you ain't getting.
Like,
Well, I mean,
What am I paying
really
for? What am I paying for?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. Legally, I'm just saying there's a precedent, if you will, being set, and I think that based on that precedent, we don't have to pay student loans.
I mean, you're right.
I
Look,
feel like y'all heard it circulating around the internet, but I'm going to explain this for those of you watching at home. The logic is that a certain president, the previous one, Joseph Robinette Biden, said, we're pardoning some people. And the current president, number 47, said, you can't do that because the pardons were not signed by you with like a pen or anything like that. It was electronic. Now, quick show of hands. How many of y'all physically signed the student loan form?
oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's not legally binding because it was an electronic signature, a whole bunch of people gonna be real upset when I'm just like, I kind of don't owe you money.
and when it's like, oh, how am I gonna pay back if the place that I'm getting the pay back from does not exist?
Yeah.
It does not exist. Ipso facto, I ain't paying these loans. What are you talking?
Now, see, some places might have an argument that, hey, because I use my iPad to sign for a thing, that technically it is my signature, and I will give them that. But see, I signed for them student loans before an iPad even existed.
Yep.
No, like, did someone send you a DocuSign? Did they ask you, hey, do we just want to use the script font on your computer to sign this? Because, I mean, once again, did you use a stylus and a screen?
Damn. Dodger said even the iPad's electronic. It's just shit.
I just heard.
Just nothing I can do. My hands are tied.
Listen, no. Like, listen, compliance with the laws of the land and the directives of the president and all of their executive orders are very important.
They are.
I'm just being a law-abiding citizen.
I am being compliant. Some might say it's malicious, but look, I am being compliant nonetheless. There was nothing I could do.
Non-electronic, I mean, I don't know. I would say that my pen is definitely electronic because it certainly wasn't made with a manual, right? They had to use machines. Those things are powered by electricity. Listen, I need you to understand the levels of logic that they are using to do things like actually tell them people that they can put raw sewage in your at this. So, I don't know if y'all heard that, by the way.
I mean, look, we live in a post-truth society. I could just say I am Marcus Summers Esquire. I can give them a reference to a law firm that doesn't exist. Who are they gonna call to check that reference?
These people said like the EPA doesn't have the power to set specific amounts of like different types of things that can go into a water supply to determine whether it's safe or not, because that's a limitation, and limitations have to be imposed from like without and not within. That was the whole, like, that was the baseline logic of all of which everybody looked at and went, this is absolute nonsense, and I don't know how you're still managed to get that past 5-4.
I mean, look, it ain't my problem now. The Department of Education owns this now. Shit, I can do that.
Hate it. Hate it.
So sad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am devastated for all the children. And it's sad that they get hurt. And those banks that can no longer collect the money because there's no way for me to get it to them because the DOE doesn't exist, nor does my signature because it was signed electronically. If it's good enough for the president, it's good enough for me. It's the art of the deal, baby. And more things getting worse. Roku assessing autoplay video ads before loading the home screen. So you turn on your TV and you get an ad. But before you see anything else on the TV, like
on a thing
hello,
thing you purchased.
On a thing you purchased. Like, it's not like they gave you a free TV. You bought this with your money. And they're like, yo, what if we still served you fucking ads on it? Like, dodge it. It doesn't matter if it's $200. I'll still spend $200 to get TV, my TV. Fuck, you gonna show an ad? I'd rather pay more for a TV and not get ads. Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, that was Takal's argument when he said he was going to buy Sony TVs.
Yep.
And I'm like, I just won't plug my TV into the internet.
There you go.
But then I also lied. My TV is plugged up to the internet.
Oh, plot twist.
It's how I can use Apple Home to turn off the TV.
Mm.
I don't necessarily need that feature. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it is nice. And I don't want to give it up. Yeah, I'm not going to spend much time on it. Well, other than it's a test, nothing's been said. So nothing's been set in stone to say it's going to go out there. But look, the corporations run the country now. You might as well just say this is coming. Oh shit. Get out of here. I didn't see this one. EU confirms that Apple can make a portless iPhone without USB-C. Well, there we go. We finally made it. And more news that is possibly getting worse for some people, depending on who you ask. Plex is announcing a Plex Pass price increase paywall and a paywall for remote streaming. I'm not sure how many people use Plex Pass. I do for hardware encoding. However, it doesn't do much given the fact that the hardware I have for encoding is not that impressive. Georgia's going to be Coca-Cola. Don't make me have to ban the entire state of Georgia. I like going to Atlanta.
Let me peep you. Like, as a Georgian, I'd say the love of Coke is strong, but we do have Pepsi.
But if the whole state becomes Coca-Cola, like if Georgia is just now called Coca-Cola,
we knew that that's
invented here.
Like, I know that's what the whole point.
literally a museum.
Like Georgia is just now called Coca-Cola.
You can drink many flavors of Coca-Cola at the World of Coke Museum.
Even Beverly.
And you can drink all different types of flavors. Yeah, including Beverly. Beverly is the worst flavor.
The worst.
Yeah. And it's only in like a specific area. I think, what was it, like Turkish? Like Turkey?
Yeah, it's somewhere in the UK. It was somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, somewhere in
Also
Europe.
at Epcot.
Yeah. And it's horrible. So I've been told. I've never had it.
It is the worst. I've had it multiple times. It is the worst.
Yeah.
It is still the worst.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like between like, yeah, it's like, it's really comes down to like Coke and Delta. Yeah, that's pretty much
It ain't great. It ain't great.
Ain't great, but still. Oh, and Home Depot. Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Starting April 29, 2025, Plex Pass price. Wow, they definitely said Plex Pass. Plex Pass prices will increase $6.99 monthly, $69.99 yearly, and $249.99 for a lifetime subscription.
So this is the kind. I think this touches on the kind of stuff when it comes to like dealing with things and having to make choices about places that we're going to live and move and participating in stuff and thinking about things outside of like consumer stuff. Like when I look at this and I look at what Plex is offering, because we were just talking about me possibly. I'm like, do you like prices going up? Not necessarily, but like I'm also like not upset about it.
So the thing is, you do not have to pay for Plex Pass. That is a completely optional thing.
No, like there's like a handful of things I think that they're taking out of their though. So there's that.
So, and that's the yeah. So if you're hosting like Dr. said, if you're hosting content, it may be better for you to have Plex Pass.
It is.
But yeah, so they're removing the remote watch pass under it. But that allows anybody else who is watching your content, they'd be able to watch it if you subscribe to Plex Pass. If you're the only one, I don't know. It's a whole thing. It kind of sucks in a way. But I still feel like if you are, it sucks if you do not know how to tie down your network, because you can effectively still remote stream your Plex content for free, but then you are opening your Plex server up to the internet, which is the thing we told you not to do.
Yeah.
This is where that Plex Pass comes into play, so that we can run your shit through their servers. But again, it's that thing of like, to keep you safe. But again, it's that thing of like, this costs money, and it does suck that now they're putting that behind a paywall.
Yeah.
But it's like, they've been doing this for like, what, 10 years? Thank you, Wavelength. I will deal with this later. Go away. It's a thing too. Again, like you have to pay for the things that you're using. And again, it sucks. It does. You had something for free for so long, and now you have to pay for it. I get it. People are going to be upset. But as somebody who does run servers, who runs content, like you can only do it for so long before it's like, all right, look, this is now becoming unsustainable for us. And imagine how many people switched over to Plex when all the subscription services started going up like through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Netflix having fucking price increases 3 to 4 times a year.
Yes.
So you imagine there are people who are surfing the high seas.
The Wellerman, yeah.
They come back and say, all right, cool. I've got all this content that you were watching everywhere else.
Yeah.
You can watch it here. And in order to keep everybody safe, you were running all of that through Plex's servers.
Yeah.
Like if a whole bunch of people started doing that, then yeah, like it's going to sit there and put a strain on somebody who's providing you a free service I feel like as long as they don't abuse it, then, you know, whatever. But it's like if Plex starts going all like fucking crazy with that shit, then yeah, maybe it's time to look somewhere else. And of course, you know, you got people like Takal yet again. I hate picking on him, but he is definitely the person who will come and do this. Where it's like, well, there's always Jellyfin. There's these other solutions.
Yeah.
But again, when you look at the, like, it's that the alternatives in which you can do it for free, or there is the option that keeps you safe and is just the easiest one to use.
Yeah. Because there are people who are just going to be like, I'm going to find the easier way, not the, I'm going to sit here and like watch 3 or 4 tutorials on YouTube on how to like set up a Jellyfin server.
And like,
I mean, things being approachable is kind of important, but also, like, I don't think these things are necessarily ridiculous. And also, they gave y'all a whole month. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, like, the announcement's out there. So if this were a time that you wanted to push the button, pull the plug, or whatever else before that date, this would be the time.
yeah, like they charge, like I got charged for Plex Pass like a few hours ago. I was like, oh, it's still the old price. Okay, so they haven't done it yet. So it was like I was surprised by a price increase. Again, I see why people would be upset, but at the same time, given the ease of use that Plex has provided a whole bunch of people, and given the influx of people who are probably using it because of other extenuating circumstances.
Well, I mean, there's that, but I also feel like this is kind of important to point out as a one other thing, which is it's the whole consumer thing. It's not like I don't understand, right? Because I do. Having to pay more money or having to pay money for things in general when like money is a certain point of is not necessarily fun. But like what, getting the lifetime pass? Because I mean, you might as well. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing that when this thing comes around, even if I know I'm not going to get around.
I might.
Like, if you're already using it, it is worth it to just go ahead and get it.
Yeah, like I've been using Plex for years. Like I feel like, yeah, even if I'm not using it, it's like it's just there.
But like all of this to say, right? One of the things that I feel like it's important is this is the thing that people are going to be upset about is this thing used to be free. It is no longer free. We have to pay money for it, right? I want you to follow me on this one. Free by what means? Because it's one of those things like, it's not free. It just means you're not paying for it. Somebody had to decide that there was a way that we were going to try to do or handle this in a way that is as minimally inconvenient for you as possible. So what I'm looking at here, right, is if this is the first time that they have had to raise prices in a decade, that means they have put a decade worth of effort into figuring out how they can make this whole thing work without y'all having to pay for it. And if where they're at now is, hey, we're gonna have to ask you to put in at least a little something over here, then for me, that's fine. I have until April the 29th to drop them $120 and I never have to worry about it. So, sure.
Okay, so I do want to clarify something here because I feel like I might have done a disservice in describing this remote streaming bit, right? So if you host a server and you have Plex Pass, anybody watching your server can watch remotely for free. If you're hosting content and you do not have a Plex Pass, the people watching your content remotely have to have a Plex Pass to see your content remotely. Or they have to get the remote watch pass. I feel like that is very, very confusing.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like, look, the least amount of money to be spent in this scenario is if you were hosting a Plex server, invest in the Plex Pass. Like, be that person and just invest in a Plex Pass. That way, everybody who is watching, like, they can still watch uninterrupted. Like, just do that. Luckily, nobody's trying to tune in and watch 5-month-old YouTube videos, so I'm not concerned. But again, for those who may be into this, yeah, I would say if you're hosting, Dio, are you everywhere? Diogen is everywhere and anywhere.
Everywhere.
And now we're gonna make a transition. We're in that little quasi area of tech and gaming because Discord. Discord is adding video ads in June. The enshittification of Discord continues.
I will delete that app from my phone today.
Today,
immediately. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you? No. On Pride Month, anti-gay, anti-LGBT, QIA+, very, very anti all of the things. No.
So it does work similar to the quest that already exists on the desktop, to where you have to kind of click into the quest in order to see the video ad, and it gives you things in exchange for watching the ad. It's not like it's being forced upon you. It still sucks that it's a thing that's just there and it exists, and I have to, if I don't want to see it, I have to click away from it somehow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that when I'm on the desktop app and I open the thing to make it hide away, I essentially gave Discord money because I clicked into it just to click the hide button. So like, I mean, it's still unobtrusive, but it's still there. It still fucking sucks. It's still sad, like even for me being a Nitro subscriber, still seeing these quest ads at the bottom of Discord. I feel like for me giving Discord money, I should not have to see ads, even the threat of one. But this is still a time to remind people that there are alternatives. Sure, most like, and it's still that conversation of like, hey, talk to your community, try to figure out, is there another place you would like to go? Because again, it's only going to get worse. This shit's only going to get fucking worse.
Like, it's a matter of like, are you going to stay here? And if you're going to, under what conditions? Or are you going to move? And if you do move, under what conditions? Because I will tell you, for example, there is like a platform, you know, that you could move to that has like a whole bunch of really cool features, some of which Discord just straight up ended up copying, called Guilded. But the unfortunate bit about that is, in order to have an account on Guilded, you also have to have an account on Roblox. You know, like, ain't nobody got time for that.
So we've already got Matrix up and running for Mavis House.
I was gonna say, is that the thing I think it is?
Why can't we go back to TeamSpeak? Because we want text, Techie. We want text.
TeamSpeak used to get on my nerves. Ventrilo, though.
I'm mad that I finally figured out how to use TeamSpeak, like right when it was going out of fashion. Oh, does it? I don't know. I've not used TeamSpeak in 8 years. Damn, it'll be 9 this year. Fuck.
You said your Matrix server?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be the uncle using WhatsApp. Sure. I wish some people that I'm in contact with would stop using WhatsApp. I wish they would stop using Telegram too, but here we are.
Listen, WhatsApp is probably going to remain a fixture, so,
which is unfortunate. Like I know why, but yeah.
Wow, not Tig try to come for you.
It's the same as is the same. Hey, look at Sid. Already using Matrix. And see, I can come over and see. Look, see, they said hello. And now I feel sad because I found out something today that I was not ready to find out, thanks to Kev.
What did you find out?
From a distance is
That's
a
checkmate
Tyler
from
Perry
Medea's?
line.
Oh yeah, it's from Medea's Clash Reunion. The stage
Did
show.
not know that's where it was from. I am upset by this fact.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of stuff you watch from a distance.
Not Bafuteki being out these streets now. Uh-oh.
I'll protect you outside.
Cash me outside.
We outside. We
And more
outside.
gaming news. Assassin's Creed Shadows is available now
Yes.
on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Yeah.
Along with
And
South
they
of
say it's
Midnight,
not
if that's on our list.
I'm sorry?
Along with South of Midnight, if that's on your list.
South of Midnight is out?
No.
Yeah, they're taking Google Form submissions for people who make for people who want in on like keys and things for the game. That's currently happening.
So it's not out.
It's not out, but they're taking
Okay.
requests. I've gone through the I think they were doing it through Keymailer. I've done it through Keymailer. I'm just waiting for a response. But if not, Game Pass. So.
Bafuteki, what did you type? My God, what is it?
Did you just Bifurcated, did you just like
I feel like this hand
Did you
just
try-
like missed the whole roll a little bit.
Bifurcated, did you drop your key? Did you drop your phone in the midst of that?
Just rub
dropped
his
my
face on the keyboard.
You just yeah. I just boom 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 boom.
Just gonna speak into him and rub. Yeah, so Assassin's Creed, yes, it's on Xbox Series X and S, it's on PS5, it's on PC, but it's also in the cloud in multiple places. While it's not on Xbox Game Pass, if you do have Game Pass Ultimate, you are Xbox recently announced that they've started a program where you can actually stream some of the games you own that are not a part of Game Pass. Assassin's Creed Shadows is one of those titles. If you were to buy it for the Xbox Series X and S, you can play it in the cloud right now on Xbox. It's also available on NVIDIA GeForce Now as well. So if you buy it on Steam, you can probably play it there too. Well, no, not probably. You can play it there too. Also, it's on Mac. Just saying, Assassin's Creed Shadows is everywhere.
Yes.
Just everywhere. And I would like to make a plea for Digital Foundry to release the PC cut. I need to know what platform to buy this game on. I will not make the same mistake as I did with Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, Dodge, you would need to have Game Pass Ultimate in order to do the stream your own games bit. I don't know about that though, Dodger, because the Shadows is Steam Deck verified. Assassin's Creed Shadows is Steam Deck verified. And Steam Deck doesn't do well with launchers. I don't know. I've not heard. I mean, well, we can find out. Assassin's Creed Shadows Steam Deck. Oh, they have a lightweight launcher for the Steam Deck. Oh, boo. Okay, so 35 to 40 FPS smoothly with minor water flickering issue. Runs decently on Steam Deck. Demanding scenarios remain untested. External software like lossless scaling might help. I've never used that. Does anybody use lossless scaling? What is that? What is that about?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping somebody would know. But yeah, I mean, seems like nobody's really complaining about the performance of it. Apparently, this says Assassin's Creed Shadows is amazing on Steam Deck. AMD's upscaling and frame generation tech allows pretty much all the major handhelds to run AC Shadows in a more playable state. So I'm wondering if this will play decently on PC then. If the Steam Deck is handling this, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. I mean, if only somebody could tell me. I still got that 3080 Ti. I mean, we say these things, but
what?
What does PC Gamer say? I just don't know. I need somebody to tell me. I do not know. I still do not understand why Digital Foundry has not put out a video. What are they waiting for? I know the Radeons have been good, but the 5000 series has issues. I know that much. They have not put out a PC video for AC Shadows. They have put out PS5. They put out base consoles and PS5 Pro.
Anka was playing it today.
Who?
Anka.
Well, you know she Xbox. She Xbox head. She ain't playing nothing on no PC. Which is something I would just tell. I mean, again, no. I guess nobody is complaining. I've not seen complaints about the performance in this game. I still can't pull that trigger yet until I see footage from a trusted source. But I guess if I buy it, I could technically play it on my Steam Deck. Also, I could just stream it. So, but where do I want to stream it from? The Xbox Cloud, my PS5, or from Nvidia Shield? I don't know. I have choices, apparently. Or GeForce Now, not Nvidia Shield. That's a different product altogether. More news coming from Xbox. The adaptive joystick is now available. There's one piece of news that's coming out of their ability summit. I think that's what it was. Yeah, the ability summit. The adaptive joystick is designed for people with limited mobility, so it has 4 customizable button inputs on the front and 2 more mappable bumper and trigger style buttons. It also comes with a standard thumbstick. It costs $30, which is cheaper than the official Xbox wireless controller. The company is also bringing AI tools to the screen reader, narrator for Windows. This will allow the software to offer rich image descriptions. It'll be available to Windows Insider members sometime this spring. That's something like I wouldn't mind having AI for. It's like when you're trying to make image descriptions for social media to describe the thing you uploaded. Say, this is what this is, provide the description for it, which I feel like may be better than anything I could do. Microsoft has been really good. Like from a system perspective, Microsoft has been really good with accessibility. Sony, not so much, but I feel like their first party devs have been really good at it. Naughty Dog, San Diego, Insomniac, they've been really good at putting their accessibility in. It is San Diego. San Diego's who does God of War, right?
Santa Monica?
It might be Santa Monica. San Diego may be baseball.
Yeah. I'm like,
it's one of those California cities.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
The company has long been at the forefront of accessibility tech. It made a nifty adaptive mouse that allows for near endless customization options. Microsoft also created technology that pairs game controls without forcing users to touch the console, and a kit to make Surface laptops more accessible. So yeah, definitely good to see Microsoft leading the way with the accessibility stuff. Again, for all the shit that Microsoft is doing, especially when it comes to AI, it's good to know that there are people who are definitely trying to make the world a better place. And it's still like, I feel like confronting the people who are working on AI, they will sit there and point at no, we're trying to make things better. Like, look, AI can make things better. Yes, you are absolutely right. It can.
Yeah.
But is that, I mean, that's not all you're using it for. I see if you did all of this just to make the accessibility better, but no, you're trying to do vibe coding, and that's not what we want. Which I learned that was a thing this week. Top Street Fighter 6 competitor ChrisCCH declines qualification spot for Saudi-owned Esports World Cup due to the nature in which the event is funded and managed. Which I'm gonna say good for him.
Yes.
I mean, it's one thing to sit there and look at, hey, it's a bag, but it's another thing too to say, hey, there is a government which is being very oppressive. It is killing journalists and also trying to put money into things to make their name not sound as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But we have someone who is definitely in the FGC scene. I know him. This is kind of, don't leave me hanging. That's kind of what? Touchy. They'll tell me like this is a shitty person who's taking a decent stance, and now we have to be like, oh, this sucks. Like siding with Tim Sweeney on a thing. It's like, he is kind of right, but I hate. Oh, he's a cool dude. Okay. The post reads as follows: I've decided to decline the EWC qualification spot that I earned through the SFL World Finals. I gave this decision a lot of thought and notably decided that due to the nature in which the event is funded and managed, I do not feel comfortable participating in it. It's kind of like pick your battles. I mean, yeah. Oh no, they have F1. Oh no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Saudi Arabia ain't the best. It's not the best government. I mean, that's saying something as people who live here in the US. I mean, but to be fair, Live Golf hosts almost all of their tournaments exclusively at Trump resorts. So, I mean, if that says anything
Yikes.
about anything.
Yep.
Yikes.
The biggest of yikes.
Yeah. That's funny, but not funny. Ha ha. Funny. Weird.
Yeah, I don't think this is I don't think this is from a place of Islamophobia, because again, 10 toes down for for Arab nation self-determination, especially what's going on in the region. Saudi Arabia, that's another thing. Like, Saudi Arabia can be Saudi Arabia all day. Nobody says Saudi Arabia can't exist and be its own sovereign nation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, what the government is funding and what they're what they're doing and what they're funding to try to make you look over here and not over there ain't great. It's like U.S. aid. Like, we could be sad that U.S. aid is going away. They were doing great things, but also, what was U.S. aid doing in the places they were doing?
Mm-hmm. It's what they call like, soft power.
Yes, two things can be true.
Right.
But yeah, my issues with Saudi Arabia are definitely not rooted in Islamophobia. It is like, just flagrant human rights abuses all around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think anybody's saying that you're being Islamophobic, though. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just, again, making sure that's clear. But
yes.
But yes, it can be like that. It can. But that's not that. I'm just saying, definitively, that ain't it here.
Right.
No, we take very meticulous notes. We analyze the situation. It's like, there are contradictions here, and we have to sit there and handle this dialectically.
Yes.
But yes, Americans in general, if unfortunately looked at whole cloth and not individuals, it ain't great. It ain't great. It's almost like the U.S. looking at Saudi Arabia. They'll say, "Look, it's my one Muslim friend. It's my one Arab friend. We're not Islamophobic. We're not afraid of the Arab people because we have Saudi Arabia." You pick. That's an interesting group of people you pick, but okay.
Yep. Cause how many people just be like busting it to Dubai?
Yeah, I mean, again, you do. Like, again, I'm not going to tell people not to go. It's just that, again, I have certain lines I don't cross, and again,
I be telling people don't go to Dubai. It's a oppressive state. It's a oppressive state it's an old oil state that basically says, "Oh, we want to build weird buildings and want you to come to our weird buildings."
I just ain't got the credit limit.
No, And I'm like, absolutely not.
I ain't got the credit limit. I ain't got the credit score to go to Dubai.
I don't have the follower account to go to Dubai.
Yeah, like I create content. I'm not a content creator.
Nah. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
I would like to influence people. Look, I would like to influence people, but I am not an influencer.
The only thing that I'd be influencing people to do is play cozy games. That's it.
But yeah, I mean, again, because this article doesn't say like why specifically he is not participating. We can only speculate. We can only spec. He said cozy games. He didn't say nothing about Monster Hunter. That's a sweaty game. Yeah, we can only speculate why he does not want to participate in EWC. But yeah, I get just like you said, but to choose your battles. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to tell you not to go. Again, like if that's where the money is, and again, we're all in a place of survival. So it's like, look, sometimes you have to make those hard choices. I'm gonna say that maybe 6 months ago, if somebody offered me a job in Dubai to do it, like to do what you do, I probably would have been in Dubai too. But yeah. Oh, I'm not saying it's hard. I imagine getting to Cuba isn't as hard as it used to be, but still, I'd just rather be in Cuba. I don't know why I left this in here, but it's here. Oh, you doing Pakistan? Oh, okay. Be careful. I hear some stuff going over there. I'm not too up on Pakistan, but yeah. Half-Life 2 RTX demo is now available. You need a base game to try it, but they made a creepy game even more creepy with the lighting.
Yep.
I kind of want to see what it's like, but I've yet to download it. Just to see it. Yeah, that's there. Video game workers in North America now have an industry-wide union. Debuted at WWDC. That's the wrong event. At GDC.
Yep.
On a panel about organizing.
Yep.
So let's see. This is the United Video Game Workers CWA. The mission is to bring together artists, writers, designers, QA testers, programmers, freelancers, and beyond to build worker power, irrespective of studio and current job status. So definitely shout out to UVWCWA. Hopefully this should make it a lot easier for people in the industry to get organized, get that collective bargaining power, stand in solidarity with one another to get the benefits, to get the pay, to get the respect that you are owed. Now, especially more than ever, because again, we're about to be the corporate states of America. And these billionaires, they are coming for that ass. So we need to sit there and stand together in solidarity and fight for what we need. Fight for what we want, even. So definitely congratulations to UVWCWA. You love to see it. Yeah, and here's hoping that, you know, a lot of people sign up, join up, and fight that good fight. Again, we're pro-union on this show.
Yeah, we are.
It says over there, way over there in the background, vote union yes.
Yeah.
And more good news. I guess I didn't put this with the other accessibility news, but we've got more accessibility news. Game companies will standardize accessibility labels on storefronts and product pages. The ESA is finally doing something good for a change.
Yes.
Console makers and game developers like Microsoft, Nintendo, and Electronic Arts have created a new initiative managed by the Entertainment Software Association that aims to make it easier to know what accessibility features games have. The new Accessibility Games Initiative has defined a set of 24 accessibility tags that will appear in participating game storefronts and product pages so players can know what features a game has before they buy it. The tags have easy to understand definitions and cover a range of accessibility features games offer, like subtitles, input remapping for controls, text to speech, and speech to text, in chat, and narrated menus. All the tags and definitions are available to view on the Accessible Games Initiative's website. So let's go take a look. Ooh, sorry, my eye itches. So this is very disturbing, probably very gross to see. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is what this is what the labels are going to look like.
That's good.
I guess I would have liked to have seen what it would look like on like a box. Where to find the tags and use. Oh, okay, so nothing so far. It would have been nice to see like a mock-up for this. Maybe it's in the reference. I mean, it's nice too that like they did provide like the guidelines for like, this is what your game needs to have in order to say you have this. Ooh, I do like, and I just realized like the save features, like it, like being able to like save anytime is an accessibility thing. Like, again, like people may hate this, and like, you know, there are going to be some fucking weird ass dudes sitting at their desk as they do say, man, this game's so, they're just making it woke. They're making it woke. Like, no, dude, like, honestly, I don't care. Like, I like the fact that I can look at an advertisement for a game and see that it says, oh, this, I can save the game anywhere. This auto saves. I could move. Like, people complain over the dumbest shit, man. Nope, still no example of what this looks like on a box.
Yep.
It's a difficulty level, save anytime. Telling you if a game is playable with a keyboard only or a mouse only or touch only.
That's nice. I think that's really nice.
Yeah, this is really fucking good. Like the ESA is actually doing something fucking decent. Look, even the website has an option to where you can do it like with reduced motion. So shit doesn't like pop in to your, well, it still technically does, but not as much as it was before. So yeah, that's dope. I like, you love to see it.
Yes.
And last but not least, Helldivers 2 boss says industry doomed to unnecessarily brutal layoffs while chasing after the battle royales. Those safe bets are a death sentence.
That's the thing about them save bets. Them save bets ain't safe. Safe bets for Epic because Epic still has Unreal to fall back on. Fortnite has Unreal to fall back on. EA still has like a calendar to fall back on. To make those safe bets, a safe bet to me is a roguelike deck builder. A safe bet is a farming sim. Live service games are a pit where money goes into and not much money flies out. Every single time. Quick save is the best save. Exactly what Merge says. Save to quit is the best save. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Anyway.
Nah, you good. I'm trying to call it, put in something in Discord. I'm trying to find it. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. Sin, you disappeared again, buddy.
Oh, did the void finally take me?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Okay.
There we go. That's what's before. Let me pop back over here.
You know,
okay, there we go. Let me see.
I'm reading this
context.
I'm reading this thing about what they said, like what this said, and it's not like they're wrong, but I think it's being presented as if it's this groundbreaking thing that people haven't said like 5 million times.
So to call it point, I pulled out this quote here. Says, and what happens? Lots of unsatisfied players are saying, well, what about my needs? I want to play some games and I have lots of money to spare. Unfortunately, everybody was chasing after the battle royales. And he says like, he gets the point, but like it's entitled as fuck. I don't know if that, because like now that I'm reading it a little bit more, I don't know if it's entitled as much like this is just a scenario. And again, I can see myself in a scenario like, hey, I mean, granted, I have too many fucking games.
Wait a minute, who
is.
said stop? Who said that was entitled?
Again, this is something that to call it. So he said he understood the point that the Helldivers 2 boss was saying. But you're saying that the quote here was entitled. He felt like it was entitled.
Okay, so like, here's the thing about that. If that, mind you, what it sounds like you're saying is like, hey, I had a conversation. Said right. That's
you dropped out. I missed like 20 words you just said.
Okay, I said it sounds like what you're saying is I had a conversation with about the subject of this article and the opinion here was such and such and so on. I missed that bit of context here.
Sorry.
But even with that bit of context there, saying that's entitled seems like a bit much when this person has said absolutely nothing that hasn't already been said.
I'm wondering
dozens upon dozens of times.
I wonder because let's say the quote that was shared was cut off before this last sentence.
What was the quote?
Oh, and what happens? Lots of unsatisfied players are saying, well, what about my needs? I want to play some games and I have lots of money to spare.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
but
what about that?
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes on to say, unfortunately, everybody was chasing after the battle royales, which I feel like that last sentence, like it's going like, again, and given the context in which that quote was given, it's about like, hey, he is talking about developers need to diversify, publishers need to diversify. If everybody's always making live service games, battle royales,
or chasing the trends, whatever they are.
Yeah.
People who have the money to spend on games, which there are a lot. I mean, there's still a lot of money to be had. Granted, there's still a lot of people not having. Like, it's a weird thing, supply and demand, whatever, right?
Right.
It's like I would buy more games if there were other games to play, but they're all fucking battle royales and live service games.
Yes.
Like, man, it would be cool if there were other experiences, but they're all the same shit.
It's a flooding of of a
Yeah, like-
genre that is full.
So yeah, so,
So-
I don't. So like, I mean, I think like you're like, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish a bit in a minute. But like, yeah, like I feel like it's not entitled because like, given the full context of what the talk was about, and even the full quote that was pulled here, it's saying like, yo, if there were other games to play, I would buy them, and we would probably not have to lay off so many people. But you're laying off people because you're making the same shit, and nobody's playing them. Nobody's buying the microtransactions because you offer something for free and people are going to try to play it for free 99.
Yes.
Well, I'm still very confused here. Even without that last there, wasn't it like only a handful of months ago? Hey everybody, we would like you to pay attention that took home awards from the Game Awards, right? Namely, Astrobot and Balatro. Right? Hey, y'all were just like, we need to try to be the next Soulsborne. And here we have Astrobot and Balatro. Pay attention. People were like, there are experiences that people are looking for, and they're not necessarily going to be like just the popular things or the things that we get the most advertisements for. Right? Like,
Yeah.
That quote, reading that, but also being like, as a group of people who have been 3 and sometimes 4, covering like the many things that people have said about the experiences that they want in games and the things that people are speaking to and chasing in terms of trends and the way that companies have folded behind trying to keep up with the Joneses instead of just being themselves and staying true to the stuff that they do and that they do well and all of that. It's kind of like, what about this felt entitled, and what about this felt like a thing that was supposed to like be a standout statement?
I think again, like looking at it, like when I looked at it initially, it was more or less like, I want to play some, like, I think it's that last sentence. I want to play some, like, it's like, but what about my needs? I want to play some games. I have a lot of money to spare. I think that part right there in itself may sound like entitled, like, wham, wham, wham. What about the games I want to play? I've got money. I want to spend games too. Wham, wham, wham. I can see where that may have come off as an entitled statement. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, looking at the entire quote and then looking at the entire article, I feel like that bit was taken out of context.
I'm saying, well, you know, something I think I would wholeheartedly do on that because like that's the only thing that could be said about it.
Yeah, like this is no shade, and this is no shade. Like I did want to bring, because like I wasn't sure, like if I was just not seeing it.
No,
because
I am genuinely confused about that as a person who has heard people say, y'all keep making these games that go on forever and have like 3 points of DLC and y'all keep coming out with it. I am a player who likes to buy games, for example, and plays RPGs. Like, want an experience that goes from open, like from the beginning to the end, and then I can be done with it without having to worry about missing anything and all of this, right?
Yes.
Is there something entitled about saying, I would like the certain kind of experience and I would be willing to pay money to people who make games that cater to it?
Yeah, because like I said, again, it's that thing of nobody is saying everybody, like Fortnite should just not exist now. Nobody is saying that Call of Duty should just not exist. Mm-hmm. It's just saying like, hey, everybody else that isn't these who have succeeded, stop trying to make those.
Right.
Like you won't know if somebody really likes your shit. Dodging your ban. Look, guilty pleasure. But
yeah. It's basically saying like those who have crawled out of the crucible that was the battle royales that have
like the H1Z the H1Z1s with the frying pan.
You know, like the ones that are like the now have become the gold standard. It's like you've gone into the Rumble, you've gone into Thunderdome, and you have walked out of Thunderdome. And you have bested Master Blaster, and now you have walked out of Thunderdome. There's like, cool, you are the main person of the heap now. Why are you making games when you are now the new Master Blaster? Like you are the best around, and no one's ever going to take you down. So why is another billion-dollar company saying, "Hey, let's make the next Fortnite," when Fortnite exists, or when PUBG exists, or when
It's like everything has to be like the X killer. Where
right?
It's like, let them cook, man. Just make something else.
Let them make a game in a genre that they want to make, and allow them to like be their own thing. If it fails, it fails.
And like I get, like, if a developer wants to do that, cool.
Yeah,
you do
Dev wants
you.
to do it, sure.
But if it's
Right.
a publisher saying like, no, like again, I am still bothered by the fact that we may not be getting Titanfall 3 because of the fact that EA just wants Respawn to make Apex Legends shit.
Right, and I really
Or the
truly
fact that they're
remember
stuck in
telling you-
Star Wars hell.
Right, and I really truly remember telling you how good, and the breakdown of how good Apex was. It's like, yeah, we're not getting a Titanfall 3. We're not getting a Titanfall.
Well, like, here's the thing. At the end of it, like, once again, it's one of those. Once again, the enemy, capitalism.
Yeah.
Yes. The enemy will always be the enemy will always be capitalism. Can never be.
I struck a nerve.
Yeah, you forgot about marriage.
I did. I really did.
Yeah.
I struck a nerve on that one.
Yeah. But then I remember, like I said, I remember hearing about something about somebody had did a tweet from the Hellscape about, devs, like devs, not really put devs, but publishers were looking into like the next Balatro. And then a person had responded like the next Balatro would never be even at GDC. Because the current Balatro would have never been at GDC.
See, here's the thing: they're already working on building two of them.
They're building it.
They're building two of them right now.
They're building it. Two of it right now. Like the wild part was months after Balatro had came out. Like while Balatro came out, another game called Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers came out. And it's roguelike blackjack compared to roguelike poker. But they had their own, it wasn't like, oh, it's Balatro but with poker. It's like Balatro, but its own specific thing. And that came out months ago. I seen another one where it's like roguelike, but with like roulette in a way. Still same RNG. It's like the games that come out before us inspired other games that came out after, or that are coming out in the midst of, or somebody had an idea maybe like 3 months before Local Thunk did when it come with Balatro and did it differently.
It's like Hydrox and Oreos.
Hydrox and Oreos, yeah. It's like
just still
like
remember Hydrox came first.
Right, Hydrox came first, and then it was Oreos came out. Yeah, there are two Dennis the Menaces. There's a UK version and a US version, and they came out at the same time in the same year. And they didn't talk to nobody, but they came out, and they are legally distinct.
Because
yeah,
the UK one was an actual menace.
Yeah, the UK one was an actual menace. Yeah, but yes, UK was better. Yeah, I that's what I've been told. I have the BMO. I think it was the BMO. But yeah, it's really, it's one of those things, like, it's being made and nobody's, like I say, the AAA space would never make a Balatro. Could never make a Balatro. The AAA space couldn't even make a Pikmin.
Vampire Survivors.
Vampire Survivors, a Stardew, a Slay the Spire,
Wordle.
Wordle. Like nobody, who would ever make, who in their mind would ever make, like Deep Rock Galactic in the AAA space. But it serves well in the live service space because it works. And that's the part that really truly utterly grinds my gears. It's like I'm like, there's so many games that are coming out. Like there's a Mudborn, which is like a frog management game where you like breed different types of frogs. And that's and I've played the demo of it, and it's like, which was made by another game, a Pico, which was the predecessor to a Pico. No, the successor to a Pico, which is like you could like, breed different bees. Again, nobody would come up with this in the AAA space. Nobody. And yet these games live and great and thrive, and they were built in a cave with a box of scraps.
I swear, you always go to that fucking Jeopardy quote.
Because again, it hits, brother. Because a lot of them do. Because again, who would have thought one man could make a game that's a game of the year and have a freaking orchestral rendition of that theme song? People didn't even know who Balatro was until the VGAs.
I find that hard to believe.
I've talked to people.
I find that hard to believe, bro.
I would find that hard to believe too. But I have.
As soon as that shit fucking hit Apple Arcade, I'm sorry, like that should have been a wrap at that point.
Right. That was me.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. I forgot this was a PC release only for a minute.
It was PC for a minute. Then it was the consoles that come out. Then it was like Apple. It was Apple Arcade and consoles. And then it was like, oh, what is this game?
Also, I forget what space we occupy. Sometimes I still forget that we are in a very unique space where, again,
right, because like I say, creating of content creator.
Well, not that, but like I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to Jeff Grubb and Lucy James talk about the Copilot for Xbox, and them fucking butchering what that would be, because they didn't understand Copilot as a technology.
Right.
And I was like, it's not that hard to figure out what they're doing. Oh, right. They focus on gaming, not tech and gaming, where we could draw that line. Right. They don't know what Copilot really is other than bullshit that's on Windows.
Right. They're gaming people that can tech. We are tech people who game. There's a difference.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I'm gonna say, like,
I give you that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because like I say again, it's just like, and it so happens we have, like I say, our tech backgrounds facilitate so well into games.
Yeah, that's why I gave it to you, because like, damn it, yeah, he's right.
Yeah. The
tech illiterate gamers. Yeah.
So I mostly understand that there are gonna be pockets of gamingdom that is gonna see that only really truly registered what Balatro was until they saw it
until it beat Black Myth Wukong for no reason, apparently.
Right.
Or the fact that Astrobot did, like, what?
Right.
How did this PlayStation ad be one of the most beautiful looking games of all time?
Because
it was a fun family game and people enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a fun family game. Utilized the PlayStation lore. It did what it was supposed to do. I wouldn't say like an ad, but I definitely say a love letter, an homage to like PlayStation. There was some times I was like,
I did not realize how bad it was until the Game Awards. Like, I owned it, but then no, I didn't own it at the time. I was on the, because I think that was the day, like my drive was on the way to the house.
Yeah.
And I hadn't bought the game yet because I was going to buy it on disc because it was cheaper to buy it on disc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know how egregious it was until I saw it on the Game Awards. Oh, it's like that though.
I mean, it's like
you're trying to put together
5.
a giant PS5. Okay.
It's like there were little robots flying on the multi-tap. That was the multi-tap.
Yeah. Okay. Like I get the pack-in.
Bro.
I got the pack-in. That I would. All right. You know what? I get that one. But a $60 game that was literally a PlayStation ad. I was like, okay.
I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. I would have loved, as much as I love my PlayStation 3, I would have loved to have I would have loved to been able to fly a DualShock 3. I would have loved.
Look, it's a good game. I played it. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's a good game.
I seen Namu. Shout out to Namu. Super Namu was playing it, and it just felt like I have not very rarely have I ever been like, man, I truly want to play a game. Most times I'm like, yeah, I like this game. I want to play this game, or yay, I want to play this game, or yay, I want to play this game eventually, or yay, I want to play this game when it's on sale. But that was more time of like, oh my god, like an intense yearning to play a game, and it was Astrobot because it was so freaking cute.
Like when I go into my son's room, I have to look at a deconstructed PS5 every time, and it's like, bless this kid's heart, but still.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's move on. It is 11:15.
Yes.
Free play days for this weekend. Hey, you can go fishing. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, Bassmaster Fishing, Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor, and Thief Simulator are free for this weekend with Game Pass Ultimate, Standard, and Core. Also, there were some games that were coming to Xbox. I don't know what happened to the article. I may have forgotten to include it. But I could have sworn there was some day one stuff that was supposed to be coming, and I did not include it. So yeah, there's some games coming to Game Pass. Yeah, stay tuned for all that, I guess. But that's the show. We did it.
Mm-hmm.
Kev, Sin, what do you two have going on this weekend?
A rescheduled appointment with the game of Monster Prom, hopefully, and taking time to hang out with friends, go to a hardware store, acquire an ironing for the first time in like 3 years, and maybe doing some reading and enjoying a quiet afternoon or two.
Nice.
Kill.
It's starting to get warm now. It's starting to get warmer, and my yard is starting to get at that lovely level of seedy. So now it's time to start. I wouldn't say like start mowing the grass, but it's definitely time to like clearing, like arranging stuff in the garage to start bringing the mowers out, like getting the mowers, checking the battery, and such. So I'll probably either, if not this weekend, definitely next week, start the declutterification of the garage a bit, and then also start to like get in the yard, figuring out when to start mowing the yard, because it's not like the grass has grown, but it's those like really like thin wispy weeds that are like popping up. So like right now it's like time to get ready to do that. So now I'm in like lawn care mode, Kev, and that's Kev that I don't really enjoy because I hate mowing the grass. Like Well, I take it back. I don't like doing the process of having to mow the grass, like having to change the oil and check the fuel levels and charging the battery and making sure the battery it still has charge and buying things and all that kind of stuff.
So you use electric mowers?
No, I use gas and oil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you're saying something like charging, I thought you were using electric.
No, I'm talking about the battery. The what was it? 12 volt. 12 volt battery. It's funny enough, it's the same battery type that goes in like a Hot Wheel, not a Hot Wheel, a Power Wheel.
Oh man.
Yeah, so gotta keep that charged. Probably gotta start charging that or access that because those batteries can go bad on you. But yeah, and then of course buying the different oils and like motor oil to change the oil, which the oil hasn't been changed since I bought it, but according to the manual, it's like you have to change it every per X amount of hours you mow. So I prefer to like change the oil per every season. We had it for like 2 years, so it's like still been on the original oil. Yeah, I'm not and of course I'm not a mechanicals guy. I'm more of a computer mechanics guy. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for me. So I'll probably be starting that process next week. Bit over the week, declutter over the weekend, play a little Monster Hunter, play some Monster Hunter on Friday, and play some of these games I got for review key, and start that scheduling up. Shout out to Calaboba, shout out to Mudborn, shout out to Urban Jungle. What else did I get? Rivertown. Oh, shout out to Rivertowns, and start doing content for those games. And I have completely and truly forsaken Fortnite for the foreseeable future, which sucks because I just bought the battle pass like 2 days before Rise, and I'm like, I could do both, and then I was just like, I don't want to play this game. I really don't want to play Fortnite. I really don't. I'd rather just fight monsters. So that's pretty much what I got going on. Cooking, just cooking chicken, decluttering the garage a little bit, and family Zoom call that I'm not really a part of because I know the games, I know the trail. I'm just waiting for them to say what time do I need to be there and and what I gotta wear. So, and that's it.
All right. Well, believe it or not, I have a programming update. I'm going to officially announce that, hey, hunting monsters on Fridays with friends. I'm unilaterally announcing that is over. The game, we've finished Monster Hunter Worlds. We've rolled credits. Wilds, we've rolled credits. It's done. It's over. I will still be joining Kev for Monster Monday on his stream. I will probably also stream it there on my side too. But for Fridays, it's over. It's done. Donezo.
Right.
Because I am proud to announce we are starting not this Friday, but next Friday. Because not ready yet. Because I'm just making this announcement now. Next Friday.
I'm letting you know in advance.
Next Friday, we're bringing in Split Friction Friday with friends.
Yes.
See, it rolls better off the tongue. It doesn't, but I'm making it happen. Like Fetch. Is Kevin and I will be playing Split Fiction on Friday, starting next Friday. I guess I could give a farewell Friday stream to Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah.
No. Split Fiction Friday with friends. It's the same reason why my Mastodon server is called Major Toot. Because it has to be the dumbest name possible. Split Fridays does make sense. It's probably a lot better, but no, I want the dumbest name possible. It is only because you said something, Tycho. No, actually, no. I really like just naming things very dumb names. Again, hunting monsters on Friday with friends. Come on, really? SFFWF. That's right. Sounds like a weird Street Fighter mashup. So yeah, we'll be starting Split Fiction next Friday. You and the rest of Tech and Cloud people except me, apparently. That's right. I would also name things without vowels. No, I would just only use the vowels. It was up to me naming Twitter. It would be said Twitter, but it would be spelled IE. Fuck the consonants. Let's see. Eventually Assassin's Creed Shadows will be played somewhere, sometime, maybe on stream. I don't know. Because I'm still waiting to find out what platform I'm going to play it on. Because I'm just that fickle motherfucker. Also, I'm really trying to find an excuse to play my PlayStation more after I bought it and have not really played it.
Yes.
The Mac. If I bought it on Steam, would it play on the Mac? Or would I have to buy it through the Mac App Store? Would it play on my M4 iPad? I wonder if there's a demo for it. I'm not gonna risk buying this on the fucking Mac. No. That's a step too far. I do need to try, like, I think Resident Evil, one of the Resident Evils has a demo in the app store. I should try that out and see what that looks like on the M4 iPad. It was smooth 30 FPS. I mean, I would like more than 30. I would prefer more than 30. It might be RE4. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, one of those Resident Evils has a demo that I've been meaning to try to see what that looks like on these Mac platforms. Eventually I'll give that a try. Maybe if I get around to it. Well, I mean, somebody's already created that content. I don't know if I want to retread that. Again, have to diversify. Stop chasing the trends. Also, who's doing that? What trend is playing Mac games? Let's see. Try to think of anything. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Saturday. Getting the Herd did. Finally. It's been months. I'm way overdue. So that's getting done. Also, we are having an organizing fair in both Durham and Raleigh this Saturday. I will be at the one in Raleigh representing the Party for Socialism and Liberation. So definitely, if you would like to learn how to get more involved in your community, to give back and take the fight to these billionaires and help build a vanguard socialist organization or a vanguard socialist party that will lead the workers to through revolution into our socialist future. Come out and visit us Saturday. Be more than happy to talk to you about that. Be happy you have hair. Some of us don't have a choice. Is it reasonable? I'm not mad. I'm not mad about the hair being a mess. Or I'm not mad about the hair. It's just like, look, it's about time. after having so many locticians like just ghost me, or also having to deal with not being able to get my hair retwisted because of lack of funds, me scheduling appointments has been really bad. So like I had to like say, all right, I'm gonna have to pick a day, schedule it, and just go for it. Like, unfortunately, like I made this appointment like a month ago. That's how long I had to wait. Even after I was like, you know what? We're making an appointment. That's what they're called. They're called locticians. I don't know what to tell you, dog. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I've got. So Split Fiction coming up next week. Of course, tomorrow we got some more Hunting Monsters with Fridays for Friends farewell stream. Hopefully I'll be up Monday to still enjoy Monster Mondays with Kev, and whoever else I guess decides who wants to join. And some Assassin's Creed will be in the mix somewhere, possibly. I don't know. We'll figure it out once I figure out what platform I'm going to play it on. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in for another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for March 20th, 2025. Don't forget, next week is Thursday Plays. I don't know what we're playing, but it's Thursday Plays.
Yep, I got some ideas.
So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. Of course, if you're watching this stream, you like to catch older episodes, you can go to majors.house/TTT for the audio podcast, TTT vid for the YouTube playlist. If you are listening to the archives, and whether in audio or video form, you can catch us live each and every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern here on twitch.tv/MajorLinux. If you'd like to join in on the conversation on not a show day, you can definitely find us up on Discord. Majors.house/Discord is where you can join the community. Of course, if you'd like to find us on social media, the Mastodon links are in the show notes or the description of this video. I think that's it. Support us on Coffee, or support the Majors House Network on Coffee. Help keep the lights proverbially on. Again, there's been some talks, some plans about expanding to try to do non-tracked podcast distribution. The money is there. It's just, I don't know. It's an energy thing at this point. But hey, money that's being sent in through Coffee, through the Patreon, through PayPal, wherever you decide to support the Majors House Network, kind of goes to funding those initiatives, make it a little bit easier on me to rent the server space to do the things, so that we can have amazing things that are not tethered to corporate entities and allow us to move in ways that others cannot. Because we believe in free, liberated media. That's all we got. But yep, on that note, thanks again, everybody. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. Wait, I'm sorry, hold on. I just looked that up and I'm disappointed. You can tell I've never had locks. I didn't know that either. Also never had hair long enough to do anything but cut. Thanks, COVID. You killed millions of people, but you enabled me to be able to get my hair locked. And for that, yeah. No,
you don't have to thank anybody for that. That's a terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I was afraid to go to a barber shop during all of that. That's how my hair grew out long enough to do this. Otherwise, it would have been cut regularly. Yeah. But yeah, thank you everybody again. Sorry about the COVID thing. My bad. We just act like that never happened. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading tech and gaming news yourself, but you said no, thank you. We wanted to see bespoke images of trans Teslas. I saw the head dipping. And for that, I said, thank you. Thank you for joining us. It was a magical time. Let's keep making this man cry. Remember, if you're not going to eat the rich, at least bully the rich. It's free 99 and damn does it feel good. But all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is nobody's going to save us but ourselves. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I love you. Peace.
Wakanda forever.
It was a Rivian.